Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to get you ready for your trading day. Joining me always, my two favorite people that I mean, besides, my lovely fiance and my parents. It's my favorite work people. How about that? Let's kick it over. We got some news to talk about, guys. We got some charts to look at, so we're not going to waste any time this morning. Let's kick it over to my man, White T Swiss Nick. Let's do it, man.
Let's go. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Miriam. I was just about to say, Matt, I mean, it's kind of lovely that you love us more than your fiance, but
I don't, not at all. Don't try to get me in trouble.
That's all right.
I love my fiance very much.
I get that. That's okay. But hey, excited for this day. London session was ass again. Took one L. I'm going to break it down in a sec here. But hey, let's focus on what's ahead. I really hope for a really good US session today. Excited for it. But as usual, let's kick it off with our one and only NQ slaying curly trader, Matcha Mommy. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Welcome to another stream, another episode. We hit a great milestone yesterday. We hit 17,000 followers or subscribers. That is a key milestone. So we are very, very proud of that. We hope you guys
and we didn't buy a single one of them.
I was waiting for it. Yes, exactly. That's all organic. Just thanks to you guys for always supporting us. So we are very proud of that milestone, and we're just onward and upward from here. So we appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like this channel so we can continue to provide more value to you guys every single day. But you know what? Let's just go right into it. Let's get into the market wake up.
Now we're awake. Let's go.
I feel like we should slam a 5-hour energy or something just in the time that it takes that video to play. They just come back all tweaked out.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's fucking do it, guys. Come on.
I love it. Well, Nick, why don't we actually go into the London session here, if you don't mind pulling up your charts. I'm having issues hearing Drew in the back end here, but Drew, if you don't mind getting Nick's charts up here so we can go over what he saw in the London session.
As long as he can hear you, everything is fine. All right, so I'm gonna admit it, okay? My dumb ass shorted into Asia low. I don't know why I did that. Oh man. But anyways, during the London session, we had, or basically Asia and London, we had a move up first, right? We came to almost the all-time high here at 22.75 was actually the high. And the all-time high is sitting 2 points above that. Rejected it, came back down, and actually formed this very, very, very clean bear flag on the 5-minute. I loved it. Had a 5-minute candle close outside, immediately entered it, and immediately got reversed and stopped out for 11.5 points because I did short into the Asia low, which was not smart at all. To be fair, I didn't have the line. I didn't have the low marked up. So hey, happens. That's okay. And then after that, pretty much no real setups for me. I could have taken a long, technically, once we had a candle closure above the 70s, but I did not because I felt so stupid after that short that I took. But yeah, now we're just consolidating, basically ranging in between the 400s and the 350s, kind of, I could say. The levels for today that I have on NQ are obviously, as usual, Asia high, which correlates with all-time high currently. Then the Asia low, which is currently sitting at 23. Let me zoom out here a bit. So 23,352.75. And then below that, we do have the previous week high, currently sitting at the 320s. And then below that, the weekly open at the 232s. So these are the main levels for me to the downside. If we go even further down, we can then talk about the previous day low, which is sitting at 146.50 here on NQ. But yeah, that should hold in my opinion, because I am quite bullish. I could imagine that we get a move to the downside first to get some liquidity and then push further up. I wonder what Matt and Miriam have to say about that, which we'll hear in a second. But I do expect we move a bit down and then we go up and probably break the all-time high. So these are my levels for the day. Miriam, why don't you just continue with ES and even your levels on NQ as well?
Yeah, let's look at it. So, interesting price action that we got yesterday. This whole area right here was yesterday on the 1 hour. This is ES that I'm looking at on the right side here. You can see a lot of buying zones I have here to the downside. Not a lot of sellers areas that I can find so far, other than where we're currently sitting at this pre-market high here at 400, around 400. And this is an area that I said for yesterday when we were playing with ES and looking at ES's levels, that I said, if we can clear the previous all-time highs, which was sitting here at this 374, 375 zone, then there's no reason for us to not hit the next psychological level, which is sitting at 400. And that's exactly what we did in the session here yesterday. So this is, again, we're sitting at all-time highs, guys. This is where it still gets a little bit tricky, at least for me in my trading strategy, to utilize my strategy to trade this. But in terms of, just continuation of this, I would expect continuation of this as well. NASDAQ is sitting here at its highs as well. We tapped right into that 424.75 area. You could see right to the tick here, we made that pre-market high, which is also the current all-time high. So, for me, what I'd be looking at on both futures is just really a continuation of this. I agree with you, Nick. I think if we can get a move to the downside, let me just go to the 50-minute here so you guys can really see this. But if we can get like a nice little liquidity sweep, I mean, even maybe possibly into this like 77, maybe 80 area on ES. If even 85, I think could be a safe area that we get down to, and then a continuation of the bulls just going on and making new all-time highs. Now, in terms of levels to the upside here, again, because we don't see these levels on the charts, I like to utilize book maps for giving me levels that I can't necessarily see or we haven't touched yet. So right now, we are really sitting at this 400 area. We do have a little bit of sellers, not too many, but then really the next area up is going to be that 410 zone, and then I do see some sellers sitting at 412. So on ES, you can expect a level technically, or a psychological level, every 10 points. And then on NASDAQ, it's usually every 50 to 100 points. So on NASDAQ right now, levels to the upside are going to be, of course, that all-time high that you see here at 424.75. And then other than that, I'm really trying to zoom out here, guys. I really don't see anything. You can call 500 a potential level as well, because again, psychologically, that's just where we're headed to. And so, I would expect liquidity to start adding up or building up in those levels once we start moving our way back up. But for the NASDAQ, we do have this 45-minute demand zone sitting here between, and go figure, where are we sitting at 300 level, right? We have this little area you guys can see if I zoom in here. I'm going to actually go to the 45 minutes so you guys can really see where I got this level. This area right here is going to be the 45-minute zone that I see. Now, the smaller the time frame that you get these zones on, typically the weaker they tend to be. And so for me, I'm not expecting too much of a reaction here. Again, it's going to be monitored. I have it on here just so we can see it. But really, again, when I talk about our range for the day, what I look at is previous day's low and current all-time highs, right? We're sitting right here sandwiched between yesterday's low, which is sitting at this 23,146 area, and then of course all-time highs at this 44.25. So again, this is going to be the zone that we look at. I think, of course, if we get any sort of trades, they're going to be quick, more snappier trades. I will be monitoring this area for some sort of reaction, possibly come down and then make a new all-time high. But I would be more interested in the breakout rather than possibly getting like a short or something, and I would be monitoring the previous day low. We do have this 1 hour demand zone sitting down here at the 095, right below that 100 level that we've been talking about this whole week. And of course, this 222 area is also still going to be in play for me. So that's kind of what I'm looking at from a general standpoint. Of course, I do have this trend line that we did break. I'm actually going to remove that because it's no longer valid. But yes, in terms of these levels, this is kind of what we're looking at. Again, ES, that level to the downside for that 1 hour zone is going to be sitting at that 377. Previous day low is sitting at 353. So if we start getting down into these areas, yes, of course, I'm going to start getting a little bit bearish that we could potentially have some further continuation. But right now, yes, I am sitting more bullish on the day. But again, anything can and will happen, guys. So make sure you keep your head on a swivel. That being said, Matt, why don't you pull up the other indices here? We have gold and oil.
Yeah, so gold is a really interesting chart. So Monday we were talking about, as we were pushing up in the indexes on Monday, that gold was making new highs as well, right? And we've very strongly rejected those highs. In fact, we've had almost in the last 2 days 100-point pullback from about the 3450 level down to the 3350 level. So very, very strong pullback, and I don't see a whole lot of support until we get down probably a little closer to 3345. It's kind of a support zone between 3350 and 3325. So a little 25-point zone that once we kind of enter that, gets a little more difficult, at least on the higher time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, to sort of project where we're going to go. So at that point, we gotta zero down on a little shorter time frame. But if we then go to oil is really kind of it's not really a flag, of course, but it's we're really kind of stalling out between 65.80 and 66.20. Very, very topping pattern here. So although I can talk, I promise. The 1 hour candle that we're on right now does look very bullish, and so we'll see first of all where that candle closes, and second of all where the next candle moves down towards. But we got a multi-wick rejection at the 65.75 level and a multi-wick rejection at the 66.20 area. So really just sort of consolidating in oil. I still would tend to be a little bit of a bearish mindset until we retest 65 and possibly 64 yet again. So those are the areas that I'm going to be watching over the course of the next few days. The Russell 2000 has also pushed up strong, and it's just off its highs here. I expect it to make a run at 2300 if we see the NQ especially continue to push up. But that's what I'm looking at across the board right there, guys. So back to you.
we did just take out Asia low here on the Nasdaq, and ES is about to do the same if it gets the follow through. But that's certainly something to look out for. The next level there to the downside is previous week high at the 320s on NQ. So about 20 points to go. That was my short that I would have liked to get during the London session, but hey, can't have everything.
Yeah, I kind of feel like these, so obviously we come on, and by the time, we've gone through everything, so now we're about 45 minutes to New York Open. I feel like there is no more standard, at least in the last couple of weeks, of what the markets are going to do from the 8:30 to 9:30 Eastern time frame, right? So we were getting pretty good movement in that hour before the New York Open for most of the calendar year, and over the past 2 or 3 weeks it's been very inconsistent, right? We've had days where there's little to no movement in that 30 to 60 minutes before the New York Open, and then we've got times like right now where we're still 45 minutes away and we've basically had a 50-point pullback on the NQ. The trading hours seem to be expanding a little bit because we're getting a little more movement during that time. It's just not as consistent as we would like. So just something to keep in mind. Of course, today we did have some news. We did have jobless claims come out. Let's see if I can find those here while I'm looking. Yada, yada, yada. Come on. A lot of news. Okay, jobless claims. Actual 217, expecting 227. So pretty much in line, maybe just slightly bullish on that. Outside of that, not a lot of news. We have some earnings really picking up, I think, yesterday and today. Obviously, the NQ had a little bit of a spike into the close yesterday, so we'll see what happens we'll see what happens there, guys. So yeah, as Nick has pointed out, and I apologies for not bringing this up right at the top of the show. We do have a couple of guests today. We have Tyler Trades coming at you in the next half hour or so, and then Coach Tank will be joining us for an abbreviated Thursday session before he launches his brand new masterclass. He's going to tell you all about that later on. But yes, guys, as it was alluded to in our open, we hit another milestone yesterday. It seems like we're doing these guys on like a week-by-week basis now. We hit another 1,000 subscribers. So we appreciate you guys. That only happens because you guys are here every day, subscribing, and you're telling people about this show, because we don't buy advertisements. So it's a everything you see here is organic, and we really appreciate you guys for that. So why are you guys laughing?
I was gonna say I'll take a sip every single time there's a shot taken, but we don't have our vodka this morning, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? I got it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know either. But...
Yes.
yes. Oh, it already starts like 15 minutes in. Very good. All right. So we want to do a flash giveaway here for the people who are up early, bright and early with us. We're going to do a giveaway for 2 50K advanced accounts and 1 100K advanced account, but only if we reach a like goal. We're currently 363 people in this stream. We're sitting at 179 likes. Let's get the stream to 267 likes. All right, 267 likes. So if you haven't already, smash that like button. Let's get that like count up, and we're going to do a giveaway for 3 free accounts.
Yay. Awesome.
Let's smash that like button.
Nice little reaction here at this low. That's gonna be hopefully our new pre-market low here, but we'll see.
Let's see.
How's the chat feeling today? So we're what a shock, they're bullish.
What a shocker. Always bullish. Hey, the chat is on it today. Holy shizzle. We're at 273 already. Well, that was fast. I haven't even set up the keyword chat. Chill.
Well, you're slacking then, Nick. Come on, man. Have more faith in our viewers.
Yeah, true. Sorry.
Rude.
All right, I'll get this set up, and once we have it, we're gonna do a giveaway.
Yeah, guys. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting day. I think yesterday we were, this was yesterday. I'm gonna actually zoom out to ES here so that you guys can see the previous all-time high was sitting at this 374 area, and you can see that we tapped into that level in the pre-market, and it almost kind of looked like we were gonna develop a double top on the 1 hour. So for me, I was kind of expecting, or not even expecting, I was anticipating some sort of double top formation in terms of that we would be, actually dropping further. You guys can see we had such a strong reaction at this 63.55 level, and then we just kind of like consolidated here. This is around the time that we got off before. Actually, we got off right after this news candle came in, this green news candle came in. And then from there, it was just like making new all-time highs. So definitely one of those days where you want to watch these levels. This is the reason why we watch these levels, because, if there's acceptance above the current all-time high, then clearly, bulls are going to be wanting to push higher. So, I would absolutely love if we get further movement to the downside, find some consolidation, and then continue to break these all-time highs. That's where I would be really looking for that breakout. Same thing with NASDAQ right now, right to that 425 area, 424.75 to be exact, and not a tick higher. So you can see that there is definitely going to be some sort of reaction in this area that I will be watching. Hopefully we don't get it right at the market open. I do want some a waiting period, at least for the first 15 minutes for me would be awesome if we can just stay in this zone and then get the nice breakout above. That's what I'll be looking for today.
All right. Let's see if we get a reaction here to that London low, Asia low retest. That would be a potentially nice short, actually, if we reject this again.
Jose Carlos says that's a rude pullback. I agree. Yeah, that is a rude pullback.
Like, rude?
Ew.
Yikes. All right. Once we have Drew confirmed that keyword. We are gonna do a giveaway. Who's responsible for the background music? That is a great question.
That's DJ Degen.
DJ Degen. There we go. All right, we got the keyword confirmed. So, guys, we're gonna pick 3 winners. Okay, 2 winners for a 50k advanced account each, and 1 winner for a 100k advanced account. We're gonna do it this way. Well, actually, let's do it as usual. So you have to like the stream, you have to subscribe to the channel, and once I drop the keyword, only type it once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you are gonna get disqualified, and we don't want that for you. So the keyword to start the day is TTV for Tradeify TV. 3 letters. Can't get it wrong. Hopefully.
Yeah, this little DJ Degen spinning tracks in the background there. If you listen very carefully, you can hear him yell his name at the beginning of every track, and then he doesn't say or do anything else for the rest of the track. So.
I'm convinced that Lil Nicky is secretly an octopus. Like, he sprouts so many different arms because he has so many different tasks that he's doing. Like, all the tabs he has on his screens, like everything. I'm just like, how do you do it all?
I'm taking a very small short here, by the way, of that Asia Low retest. If I can get it, that would be nice. If not, that's fine too.
Nice.
But I mean, let's get a trade on screen.
All right. Yeah. Swiss Nick with the trades for the morning.
This is either a very fast stop loss, or a very fast TP, I believe, because this was a nice pullback.
Love it.
Let's see. Jose, yeah, I am using the marbles indicator for my trades, of course. I'm not dumb.
Well,
okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Okay, fine, Matt.
I mean, we willingly spend 4 hours on the stream every day. We love our viewers, but there's clearly something not right with us.
That's facts.
I kid.
So you're shooting for the lows that we just put in here.
Yeah, I mean, target would be 330. 330s, just like 15 points. That would make me a happy man.
A happy man.
Yeah. Well, Jose, this is not a marble race yet, so background Nick is not degenning that, you know. We only do that with the marble races.
That's great. All
Yeah,
right.
Leia, this is also Asia low. They're sitting at almost the exact same level. Like the actual low of the Asia session.
Yeah, and Lil Nicky is working overtime in the back end here, so sending you love, Lil Nicky. You got this.
You got that. And by the way, the reason why he's sending it out today is because he did not get access yesterday, so he has to. he's the one not to blame, actually. Just
I mean, it's not going to stop us from blaming him, but it's really not his fault, but it's not going to stop us from busting his, you know what.
Yeah, why would we not take an opportunity to blame Lil Nicky?
All right, we are not getting the follow through I would have liked. So we're currently 5 points negative. I have my stop set up 55.50.
Those sellers, there's a little bit of a wall sitting at 60.
Well, at that point, I'm already out.
Yeah, 60 to 62.
This is literally just a quick, small trade idea. Good morning, USA.
Good morning, USA.
Always in the chat. We see you.
Yeah, Derry.
I gotta know, are you Canadian, or is it just the way that we're saying USA? I mean, I gotta know. Are you a Canadian living in the US of A?
Of A. Yeah, there, don't you know? Spoken like a true Minnesotan. Speaking of Wisconsin, we got Tyler on later today, huh? Don't you know?
Yep, we're excited for that. He should be coming on in the next 30 or so.
Lucky Beeble, that's a great comment. There
All right,
we go.
I took an L there. Got stopped out for 10 points, which is okay. Because we do have a giveaway to complete. So, Drew, if you're ready, feel free to pull up that randomizer. There we go. And let's pick the first winner. This one is for 50K advanced account is the first one. Let's roll it. All right, failed trader. Congrats. You just won a 50K advanced account. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick so we see you're there. And also add your email address to your YouTube channel description.
Congrats. Now don't fail this account.
No. We want to see you as the winning trader. All right. Wow. That's a comment. Love it. Nice. Okay. So the second pick is going to get a 100K advanced account. That goes to Grand Penguin. I love the name. Nice. All right, Grand Penguin. You just won a 100K advanced account. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick and also add your email address to the YouTube channel description. Yes, you won. Let's go. Nice.
Yay. See,
right,
the excitement is picking up.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. Not a hello. All right. And the third one, Drew, we have a third one. You can go back to that. Yep. The third one is another 50K advanced account. That goes to, wait, I can barely read that. Alzheimer? Sounds like Alzheimer.
Oh, no.
Maybe he's from LA.
Hey, but wait, I can't tag that person. Are you there in the chat?
Please respond.
Please respond. If not,
there he is.
Hey, there we go. That's almost a hello. Be careful. Be careful.
Don't piss Nick off.
All right. 3 accounts given away already. We're going to have more today, of course, with marble races. So it's going to be an exciting day.
We love you, Stephen Trades. Trading is lonely. You guys are the best company I could have along with trading. We love that. We love that.
Love you, Stephen.
You.
That's way too much good vibes in the chat. Somebody needs to curse somebody out now.
Someone say hello real quick.
Yeah, let's get Nick going.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, man.
Oh, so what do you guys want to talk about this morning?
The rude pullback.
Rude.
Yeah. No, you're
a little spicy this morning, Nick. I feel like you're gonna go on one today at some point. Like I feel like it's gonna be a Swiss Nick rant rather than a Matt rant kind of day.
Just crash out.
Well, you never know.
I had an extra cup of coffee this morning. I'm in a good mood until probably about halfway through the show.
I haven't had any caffeine today.
This guy gets angry.
Doobie doo.
Exactly.
So anyway, guys, we will be joined by Tyler Trades here in about 15 minutes. So stay tuned for that. And then again, Coach Tank's going to be joining us later. What pearls of wisdom is Coach Tank going to drop on us today? And he's got a masterclass today. He starts what's like a 20-part masterclass. Like, holy shit, guys, where else can you get that? Right?
Holy shit.
I mean, like on other like firms channels, like you might get well, kind of be careful, bro, or something. No, we got a whole guy that comes in here and talks about risk management and stuff. So yeah, don't take advantage of that, guys. Make sure you block that off today. I don't know. I'm assuming it will be posted somewhere after it's done, but it's on Discord. So if you want to tune in live, I highly encourage you to make sure you're a part of the Tradeify Discord. Just go to our homepage, tradeify.co. The link is right at the top there. You can join the Tradeify Discord channel. Even if you're not like somebody like myself who's overly active on Discord, it's still good to be in there. If there's any technical support issues or anything like that, you know, especially in this space, guys, you never know if a firm is having problems, or if it's like one of the data feeds or whatever. So like if Rhythmic's having a problem or Tradeify's having a problem, that's where you want to be, because they can make announcements pretty quickly, or if there's issues with the site and all that. So you should be if you have a Tradeify account, even if you don't, but if you have a Tradeify account, you should definitely be part of the Tradeify Discord, even if you're not participating on a day-to-day basis.
I just saw this comment from Bodhi Trades. Actually, great, phenomenal observation skills. He saw one of the shorts that we posted on the Tradeify channel, and he saw the tennis ball over the doorway. Yeah, I mean, it's actually a fun game that my girlfriend and I play. There's like this door to the balcony that we have has like I don't know, probably that much space on top of it. And the game is you have to throw a tennis ball on top of that without it falling down, which is extremely hard to do. But the last time we made it, we just left it there. So that's why there's a tennis ball.
Okay. But it's not one you used to play paddle tennis.
It is actually. It is actually a paddle tennis ball.
Okay, which is pretty much just like racquetball, right?
Matt, you really want to fight today, huh?
But it's paddle tennis, but it's not tennis. There's walls, so it's like racquetball.
No.
But it's not pickleball, and you get really pissed when I call it that. So, I don't know where to go. Like, you've shown me pictures, and I still don't.
Look, know. Matt, the next time we meet, I'm gonna take you to a paddle tennis game. All right? We're gonna play paddle tennis.
It better be over there then, because we don't have that shit over here.
Hell, fuck yeah, you do. We're gonna play paddle tennis, eat Panda Express and Cracker Barrel, and we're gonna have a great time.
I told you you can crash here. We've got literally a Panda Express within walking distance of Cracker Barrel with a 5-minute drive. So
I'm down. Sign me up.
We sadly also have a Panda Express not too far from us.
Why? I want my Panda Express. It's so
good. Are you close to an In-N-Out too?
Hey.
No, that's in LA.
LA.
There's one in Orange County. When I was there, we
yeah.
walked to it from our hotel, so I remember that.
We have plenty. In-N-Outs.
In-N-Out is
Panda Express. I'm not opposed to Panda Express SIGs, but somehow I'm not exactly sure the Tradeify brand lines up with Panda Express or Cracker Barrel.
Oh no. Yeah, unhealthy.
Just for that, Nick, I'm gonna get lunch at Panda Express sometime in the next week. I'm gonna tag you on socials for it.
Hey, please send me some. Send me the leftovers.
Oh man, I can't tell you the last time I had Panda Express.
Well, I can exactly tell you when that was. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
You didn't get it when you were in Miami?
Yeah.
That's actually fun. It's actually a funny story too. So when I came to Miami for the photo shoot and the video stuff, right? I landed about 2 hours, or like arrived at the hotel about 2 hours earlier than Nick, and I think Azanka was already, like Coach Tank was already out. And we decided to go for dinner. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I can squeeze in a little Panda Express order before we go to dinner. But then I'm not really hungry anymore, so I didn't do it. But I should have done it. I regretted it, actually.
You told that story like it was the girl that got away, right?
Yeah.
Like that bitter old person in their 60s. I should have just married her. Like,
it was the Panda Express that got away.
Real fucking sadness in that story. I feel for you right now.
Yeah. Well, can't have everything.
Just like you can't have tennis or racquetball, you've got to have paddle tennis, which is both and neither.
Yeah.
I got the girl, but I missed my Panda Express.
There you go. I'm not going to ask you on stream if you trade the girl for Panda Express. I don't want to get you in trouble.
I love it.
All right, back to the charts.
Oh yeah, this is a market show. My bad.
Real Tony Smith just dropped the address for where
Wait a minute. No. Is there a Panda Express in Geneva? Are you kidding me?
Nick's got a day trip.
Don't get him too excited, Real Tony.
Wait.
He'll leave. How far are you from Geneva?
I like 3 hours.
Oh man, he's gonna leave the stream. He's gonna get there, try to get there before they close tonight.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's not that Panda Express. I just looked it up. Or is it?
Well, also shout out to Lil Nicky in the background here. halfway through these giveaway codes. So I'm convinced he's got like multiple arm appendages because he's just like working overtime here. So
Oh no,
appreciate you, little Nikki.
you didn't see the Slack chat from last night. Actually, Brett made Drew go over to Nick's place and handcuff him to his chair and give him some leg shackles until the codes are out. So
Okay.
All right, a little
much
is this a
information.
Tradeify After Dark segment as well?
Yeah.
okay, well you took it there. I just
Hey, listen.
Okay, I just looked
Tradeify
this up.
more.
I just looked this up. Real Tony Smith. That Panda Express looks like shit. That's not the real one. That's some Swiss fake version.
Oh, Lord.
Suddenly, Nick is active in the chat again, huh?
Panda Express just needs to sponsor this channel, apparently, for Nick.
All right. I mean, Nasdaq is doing some sort of a pullback still. I still feel like this is going lower, honestly. On NQ, I feel like we're gonna hit that previous week high. But
I honestly do hope we get lower. I do want to sweep.
Yeah.
I'd rather go long than try to take a short today.
I still like my short idea of the short that I took before, but I think it was just a bit too early, honestly.
That's been kind of the theme lately, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
It's the right idea, just not the time for it.
Yep.
Which is very frustrating, of course, especially as a scalper. Yeah, big shout out to Background Nick.
Yeah, can we get a W background Nick in the chat? Come on, he's working hard every single day for you guys. W background Nick. Should be a keyword.
we've done Lil Degen as our keywords before.
True. Very true.
All right, guys. So we are about 20 minutes from the open. We are getting ready to bring Tyler on here in the next 5 to 10. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so we're just we're waiting for the open. Not really. At least let me check here. I don't see a ton more news on the docket for today. No, nothing huge. Tomorrow, durable goods orders. Meh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Whack.
Yeah.
Whack.
Good movement this week, though. Although yesterday was a good example, guys, of a day where the market it did move, even if it didn't catch much of a trend until late in the day. We moved up, we moved down, but we were kind of doing it without rhyme, reason, or warning, which made it very difficult to execute trades. I think we were all kind of we talked about that in yesterday's show. I know some people in the stream chat before we went live were talking about a little frustrations with that. And so there's been some questions like, how do we bounce back from those days where you don't see a lot? Or I said yesterday was one of the first days in a while I was net negative across funded accounts, personal accounts, all that. Thankfully, just by about $700. But just a day, I would say we didn't have the best feel for price action overall, and we seem to kind of bounce around without a whole lot of it, especially at weird areas. So for me, I after one day like that, I'm not ready to phone it in or reduce position sizes, but I definitely am going to be a little more cautious, really try to take one or two quality trades and knock it out of the park today. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those days where we just really wait for really confirmation, and we do that every day, right? We do that every day on the stream with you guys. But yeah, there are definitely certain days that are a little bit trickier to trade, and it's important to really notice like the levels and have your technical analysis set in place, and really just wait for that confirmation. So for me today, I'm going to be sticking to my 1 minis. I did take a loss yesterday. I'm still green on the week, but for me, I'm gonna take it. I'll be in smaller position sizes for the day.
No,
All right. Well, I think we are ready here to bring Tyler Trades on the stream. So let's give it up for Tyler Trades. Put a W in the chat to welcome him in.
What's up, Tyler? Good morning.
Tyler, good morning.
Hey, how we doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Nice.
well.
That's what we want to hear. Let's go.
How are things up in the great state of Wisconsin?
Oh my gosh, if they were any better, I would have to be in St. Louis, I would say.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
They're
Aw,
no,
look
they're-
at these cuties.
they're pretty good. I can't complain. The trading week has been interesting, but it's been we're still green, so we're doing well.
That's great.
Very
I was
nice.
gonna mention too, it sounds like you, me, and Matt got the shirt memo today. Sorry, Nick.
I'm not gonna lie. I logged in and I saw a theme going on. I'm like, let me go change.
You already know the vibes. I love it.
The vibe is white always.
I matched Nick last week, so I had to switch it up this week.
There you go.
True. Fair point. All right, I like it. You're neutral. You're Swiss.
Yeah, I try to be diplomatic. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, so Bodie with a good question there, and actually, I'll answer this one for Tyler. He's a resident of the state of Wisconsin, which means he is required to be within arm's reach of at least a pound of cheese at any given time. It's a state law. That's so I don't know. He's probably got a refrigerator under the desk, but yes, I promise you, he's got cheese there.
No refrigerator under the desk. My dog just came in and sat next to me. So.
Oh.
All
right, we got to get the dog on stream now. We gotta get.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he can jump up. He's actually acting like he's gonna puke. If I'm being honest, I might have to
no.
That's nice. That's some good.
Sorry for the TMI chat, but
you might need to change that shirt after all.
Oh no, it's fine. I had a cat thrown up on my bed at 3 a.m, so I'm.
Oh, okay. So you guys are good with that. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll monitor this.
Yeah, but please keep us updated on this breaking news.
I absolutely will. But I will just say I am in a trade currently already.
All right.
Which is a little bit out of the norm for me. I don't usually trade pre-market, but I liked the reaction that we had coming off the London low, and we rebalanced to about 50% of this larger fair value gap, and we rebalanced to the daily order block here. So if you look here, yesterday's daily candle, we did close nice, strong, bullish candle. Obviously, we had the earnings reports come out last night with Tesla and Google, which kind of fueled this drive higher. Got this close. We just pulled back. We got equal highs here at the all-time highs. So I'm liking that as a potential draw. I did want to see price rebalance lower before engaging. And I wanted to at least see about 50% of this larger 4-hour fair value gap, which we ended up getting. So we took the London low here. Looking at the 1 minute now, I'm probably going to be going break even, by the way, as soon as we can drive through these recent highs. But we came down and we're kind of disrespecting. You guys can see the imbalances, the fair value gaps here to the left, disrespecting those. And I'm wanting to see this just hold bullish now. So I'm trying this just with 1 mini, 10 or 11 point stop. So we'll see. Did it with light size because I'm not as comfortable trading pre-market as I am waiting until after the opening bell volatility kind of kicks in. But just for transparency here, I am in this. We'll see if it wants to play or not. All
right.
Let's see. Rooting for you. I already got stopped out of my short, so it should go long now.
Oh, did you? Oh no.
That's just a 10 points. It's like very, very small trade.
Yeah, that's all this is as well. I'm not, like I said, I'm not super comfortable with pre-market entries too often. So
how often do you trade pre-market?
Honestly, it's been a while. I probably haven't taken a single pre-market trade all year. There's been a few times where I'm watching price in the pre-market and then I end up kicking myself because I don't. So it's just been that's just kind of been the market lately. It's like we get these big impulsive moves either pre-market or right at the open. And I'm kind of been sitting often since like probably May until now, a lot of times getting just kind of left behind, and these moves that I'm kind of framing out here end up moving without me. So, I'm willing to try these positions with lighter size here in the pre-market, kind of adapting to just what we've been seeing on repeat lately.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think last week when we had you on the stream, you had an entry, but you didn't get filled, right? And then it ran without you.
That last 2 times I've been left behind by like a couple of points, which is pretty frustrating. I do like to use limit orders just because it helps me with not chasing trades. But that is the con as well. Sometimes you do get left in the dust. So
do you ever move the limit orders like to get filled sooner?
I will, yeah. Like if we have, for example, if price seems to be really displacing strong in one direction, I will, move to more subsequent gaps or opposing candles that I would want to then see start to hold. I will do it in that sense, but for the most part, I've been served better by just letting my original limits get hit most of the time versus chasing.
Yeah, fair enough.
We shall see here, though. But we could absolutely see a rebalance for lower. I do agree. Just going off this overall range, we do have a much larger retracement that we could see. I think you guys talk about the golden pocket quite a bit. Which what is the golden pocket? That's considered what, the 618, I believe, right?
Yeah, 618 to 717, I think.
Yeah. So if we do see that larger, retracement, then obviously this trade that I have in currently will get likely ran out. I'm okay with that, and then I'll just look to re-engage, at lower prices towards discount of this range, and towards this 4-hour order block down in here.
Let me correct myself. It's 618 to 786.
618 to 786. Yeah, that is so I do think it's funny how like the whether you trade ICT concepts or anything else, supply and demand, it's funny how usually you're looking at the same things, or you just have different names for different names for it. So I call this optimal trade entry, or you call it the golden pocket. There really isn't like a right or wrong. I know I used to be a supply and demand trader, so I used to look at opposing candles at lows and highs as supply and demand, and now I call them order blocks. So I just think that's one of the funny things about trading is usually the best trades have an overlap of like different philosophies, all looking at the same thing anyway.
Yeah, that's what we say all the time as well.
So, well, we'll see. We're just kind of chopping this right now.
I think it goes just I can talk. I think it just goes to show that, as we talk about on the show all the time, you've got to have your own system. Now that can be largely structured on something you've learned, whether from us, from Tyler, from T-Trades, from any of the normal guests we have on here. Even Tank was talking about some of his strategies on Tuesday. But you got to have a system where you feel like you're in control, where you feel like it's your system taking your trades. I know everybody loves the streams where traders are trying to call out levels and all of that. And I mean, if there's one that works all the time with that, I've yet to find it. But again, being in control of your trading is a big theme that I've talked about for many years now, and a lot of that is being in control of your system and knowing exactly what you're looking for and executing without hesitation. So it doesn't matter if you trade like me or Miriam or Tyler or T or whoever, you've got to be in control of your own trading.
True. Also, shout out to NGU in the chat. Payout number 3 achieved. Took 1 whole minute to get approved and paid. Let's go. Congrats.
Nice.
Yeah, well done. Nice to be with a firm that doesn't fuck around with their payments, huh?
Amen to that.
I mean, listen, there's a lot of different places out, but to me, I don't understand why. Like, as we'll get asked about, this rule or that rule, this, that, or what, every time Brett's on, so, how about we change this or change? Like, to me, the number one thing when you're deciding, like, okay, like, where is again, why do you buy an eval account? You do it to eventually, ideally, get to a payout. So to me, I understand there's a lot of things to take into consideration, but why wouldn't you have an account with some place that just does not fuck around when it comes to payouts? You meet the rules that the firm establishes, and boom, you're good to go. There's very few firms that I've seen over the years, and Tyler, you can feel free to disagree with me, but there's only a handful of firms that I don't think have ever really had major payout issues. And of course, Tradeify is one that never has. So definitely something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I've always said that, it's already hard enough to get to a point where you're, can get funded and get to a payout. And the last thing you want to worry about is, the firm not paying you out of all things. Like, come on.
So yeah,
that's how I had this experience before, multiple times actually. So let's not even talk about it.
Nick's feeling the trauma from that.
I was gonna say,
no, for real. Like I actually have multi 6 figures pending, and I will never see it. I'm pretty 99.9% sure. So yeah, fuck it.
It's tough.
Well, it's funny,
it makes you feel any better.
Been in the prop game for the last year knows exactly which one you're talking about without even naming them.
Well,
right.
Well, it looks like Lil Nicky here in the background has completed all the codes, so everyone is up to date for from yesterday at least, right? I'm assuming from yesterday. So, check your emails. Check your emails.
He's so hyped about getting this done. He's like, "All right, motherfuckers, I sent out all your codes."
Yeah, he's taking the rest of the day off.
Yeah. He put in work. Now he's gonna go full port an account. So
yeah, that's how Nick background Nick's relaxes. He just full ports accounts left and right and blasts his Shrek soundtrack.
Oh,
man.
yeah. So
hilarious.
Tyler, I want to know too. So you're in this trade currently,
Yes.
and I'm rooting for you for all this. So what would you be looking for in terms of hopefully once you get out of this trade, right? But what would turn your mindset to be bearish on the day?
Bearish on I would only be bearish until about, let's say, the low 300s or like the 280s, right? So I'd be bearish into these levels down in here. And really all that would look like for me would be this current setup that I'm in. We start to see displacement lower through here. Like if we're going to see higher from here, this needs to hold. Otherwise we have lower to retrace before, we eventually return back to these equal highs up here about the 420s. So, really it's going to come down to the level that we're holding currently. And if we can maintain that, if not, then I could easily see, like I said, these lower levels down in here, about 280 or so, maybe just a little bit underneath of that. So that is what I would say. I believe this would be like, if you're looking for like supply and demand philosophy, you're looking at probably like right here, right? About the 280, 290.
Yeah, that's actually a level that
right?
I have that same level that you're talking about, really, the 305 all the way down to 271. So very, very similar area to what you were just talking about. The midpoint of that would be like 287. But yeah, that is also, and that's what I love too. We talk about this all the time. Like we each trade something differently, but we see the same thing. We just call it different things.
Right.
So it's really cool to see that sort of perspective as well. But yeah, I mean, that would, I agree with that sentiment. I mean, this is something that, if we start to move down below, like I call it like 269, 270, that was the same area we were actually looking at yesterday, ironically. But, 269, 270 would be like where I'm like, all right, we might start moving back into previous days lows at this point. So we would have some room to the downside if we start cracking those levels. But we are getting this nice push for you here, Tyler. So that's looking good.
I mean, we're consolidating here for quite a bit now, almost 30 minutes.
And now that we've generated all of these, obviously this little accumulation, consolidation, whatever you'd want to call it, now that we've traded above that, I went ahead and protected the trade. I'm up, probably a little over 1 hour. What am I at points wise? Like 15 points. So we'll see if we get this continue through or follow through to the open. We got 5 minutes till market open roughly. So we'll see. We're risk free now and just let the market play out.
Such a great feeling. Such a great feeling to be risk free on a trade.
That is nice. Yep. Once you get yourself protected, then anything happens after that is gravy.
Yeah. Awesome. Great trade so far, Tyler. Rooting for you to get these highs. I hope we get these breaks of these highs. This is the low that we put in for today. Then, I'm expecting obviously a trend day for the day. So we'll see.
Yep.
We are getting the buying pressure really stepping in here on futures. We typically do see that buying pressure step in right 5 minutes before the market opens. I typically see that starts to get a little bit of a surge. So right now we are getting that push right into VWAP here on the 15-minute. Let's just go down. Same thing on the 5 minutes. It's all the same. But if we get this push back up, I think 400 is on deck here. So let's see what we get. And then ES, same thing. It seems like the NASDAQ and ES seem to be a little bit more in sync with each other today, which is great. It's always great to see that. So, because we haven't been seeing that lately. So, both definitely close to the all-time highs here. And let's see if we can get that continuation. It's been hard. It's been really hard trading NASDAQ with ES. One of them wants to go south, the other one wants to go north, and it's just like, all right, guys, let's get in a synchronous.
Any of you guys look at YM ever? Just out of curiosity?
Not nearly as much as I used to. And I've said this because I remember when I first started trading 11 and a half, 12 years ago, like it was the Dow, right? And I wasn't in the futures for the first few years, but if you wanted to know the health of the markets, you paid attention to the Dow. I mean, they still do, but all the financial news shows, the Dow was up 500, Dow was down, Dow. And you already saw before COVID, there start to be a subtle shift away from the Dow towards the SPY, and then it very quickly pivoted over to the NASDAQ and the NQ. And now, of course, you have the Mag 7, which basically drive the entire markets. COVID really solidified that, right? When what was it that just put the market on its back and carried it through the end of 2020? It was the big tech names. It was Netflix. It was Zoom. It was, all these things that even the computer companies, right? Because everybody needed new hardware to work remotely and all that. And they haven't given that supremacy up, right? It is the NQ. It is tech. That doesn't mean we don't pay attention to some of that other stuff occasionally, but if you want to know the health of the markets now, you're looking at the NQ.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting if you look at YM, and I always have people like in chat saying like, "Oh, what about YM? What about YM?" And you look at it, and it's funny how often it's doing the exact opposite, like going in the complete opposite direction of NQ and ES seemingly.
That's what we had T-Trades on yesterday. He was mentioning the same thing. There's usually the inverse between YM and the NASDAQ. Do you trade YM?
I don't. I used to back in my more so degen trader days. I had to retire though.
Back in your youth,
exactly. A little bit more tame. I had to go for the ES and the NQ.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're rooting for this trade to work out for you in your favor. So we got about 2 minutes left until the market opens here in that ding MFs.
That's right.
Worst case, he gets stop break even.
So in these sort of trades, Tyler, do you just trail your stop, or do you have a profit target that you're planning to get out at?
Yeah, so my plan for this trade going into it was once we get up into this gray area that I marked out here, which is basically just this wick, this rejection block up here, I can be more easily convinced to get out of my trade if I see price kind of holding this. But realistically, I would love to see it just displace through here and work towards these all-time highs. And for right now that we've gotten this pullback down into this inefficiency, and now we're seeing another new high printed, this would be where I would start to look to trail at recent lows, just because we're pulling back, we're filling inefficiency, sponsoring new highs here. So at this point, it's a sensible trail for me versus giving back the entirety of the position.
Nice.
Easier said than done. I've had a lot of trades that I round trip the full, 40, 50 points of profit, and those always hurt when you don't take anything off the table. So I've developed more of a habit now of trailing and not letting those profits, be given back completely to the market.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that in mind, guys, it is now time for the opening bell. All right. So, guys, we are now just 15 seconds away from the New York Open here. Everyone check your orders, clear your orders, make sure you are ready to go. So with that in mind, guys, you know what time it is. It is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, motherfuckers. Here we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
wow. Quite a reaction here.
Yeah. Oh, you dirty birdie.
They are, man.
You're still in, Tyler?
No, that wicked me out right there because I trailed. We'll see if this level still holds when we get this pump now. That was copy traded on 5 Tradeify accounts. So
All right.
those little base hits do add up still, but man,
Very true.
look at this pump.
Man.
What's
Oh.
a pump?
At least you made money. That's all that matters.
That's right.
So fire
Oh,
trade
yeah, I'm
on.
never gonna complain about green.
It's always nice to book the win before the open or right at the open, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say, and the thing is about this, even though you get stopped out here in profit and then price goes in your favor, there really is no perfect answer for this. And from a psychology point, right? The reality is, could I be mad about that? Yes, a little bit. But the reality is as well that I could be even more mad that I didn't secure anything. And this easily could have waked me all the way back down to break even. And then all of that was basically for nothing, right? So from a psychology perspective, that's just the way you have to look at it, right? We don't control the candles. We just control our decisions with entries and management. So
Absolutely.
Very true.
And
Hell
right to
of a
that
pullback.
area that you had mentioned too, the level, where that little wick that you had mentioned in the pre-market here. Great zone. Yeah, and right to 400. I mean, all of these confluences align with each other. So it's going to be the area. I really hope we stay in this range. I really do. For me, I would be looking for a breakout ES right to that zone as well. So, all right, we're dealing with the 400s today on both futures.
4 honeys.
4 honeys.
Were you guys more so bearish or bullish coming into the day overall?
Bullish, actually.
Yeah, I'm overall bullish.
I was
Matt?
expecting a pullback to previous week high, which would be the 320s, and then bullish.
Yeah, I'll let you know in about 5 minutes.
Okay,
I was going to say,
sounds
it
good.
kind of sounded like you were going in bearish, but I did want to get that on camera as well. So
Yeah, clip
It was
it,
recorded,
clip it.
right? Yeah.
Consolidate-ish, maybe. What are you, Tyler, for today?
Gosh, given the market reaction we just got, I feel like I have to start respecting this bearish move that looks like it's potentially starting to come in here. I wanted to be more bullish though going into the day for sure, for these equal highs.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
yeah, let's see if we can, if we clear these pre-market lows, yeah, we're going to start to look for a potential move back down to the 260s. Potential. I would expect a reaction in this zone, but I'll be watching this.
Anything special you see on Bookmap, Mariam?
Not really. A lot of reaction, like crazy action in the open, as usual. But today felt a little bit more chaotic than normal. Right now, I do see some buyers sitting at. Actually, I can show you guys because I have my freaking stream deck set up.
Hey, let's go.
So you guys see the red areas here marked on book maps. This is just the levels that I look for liquidity, potential liquidity. So we do have some sitting at this 23,325 area. You can see here some stacked orders. Otherwise, nothing up until you guys can see that reaction that we had at that. If it doesn't glitch on me, 23,400, you can see some orders sitting there as well. So that's kind of the area that we're looking at. And these change constantly, guys. These levels come and go as we start moving towards certain areas. So, what I can mention now could be completely irrelevant in about 5-10 minutes. So, but you do see, it's kind of nice to see where the support and the resistance is forming on the order flow map. 23,300 is going to be also an area right here. Again, psychological areas are typically the levels that we see on book maps that have orders. Again, 23,400, 23,300. And right now we're kind of sandwiched in between those areas. So I'm going to be looking at book maps to see if we can get some sort of reaction. But right now we are holding this low at least. We didn't really quite tap into the pre-market low, but we are holding these London lows. So
Mariam, you gotta make out with your mic again more.
do I have to make out with every freaking?
Yes. This sounds so much better.
All right, I'm just gonna sit like this the whole stream.
You better.
I should just have a mic that I can hold, because at this point I move my head too much.
Okay, Bob Barker.
What? Oh Lord. All right. Okay, so
I saw a battle zone here around 360.
Yep.
I mean, just look at the wicks on both sides of that previous 5 minute.
Ooh,
That's
that is
a wild
nasty.
candle.
Mm-hmm.
That is nasty. Yes, looks a little bit more promising, but I don't know, NASDAQ, same sort of sentiment. I mean, we were getting a nice what seemed like both futures were above VWAP at the moment, but or at the time, but now NASDAQ sitting below it, ES trying to hold VWAP. Here we go again, guys.
Let's see.
Ah shit, here we go again. News at 9:45 as well, it sounds like.
Oh yes, thanks for the reminder on that. PMI news.
Well, that's the S&P Global Composite PMI flash, right? And manufacturing and services. Okay.
PMI, yeah.
All the PMI.
PMI and new home sales at 10 a.m. as well. So make sure you guys are aware that we have this data coming out in less than 10 minutes, and then another set of data coming out at 10. So get your stops in place.
Mm-hmm.
Or just don't be in a trade. That would be great too.
Well,
Yeah, how do you guys manage the news releases? Are you guys always like, I'm out, I'm not participating during news, or do you look at news as a driver to get you to wherever your target is?
Well, my Degen side would definitely say, yeah, I will stay in that trade. It depends. It's one of those where, you know, I will set a stop. Like if I'm in the profits, I'll probably risk it for the Rari and just set a stop and, you know, hopefully not get too much slippage. But it's very rare that I'm in a news. If I'm in a trade during news, it's because I forgot. It's not because I did it on purpose. So,
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
you mean you risk it for the purple SVJ, huh?
Yeah, my dream. One day, guys, one day. But I'll make sure I have a bunch of courses first that I can sell. So
Yes, got to. I was like, usually the core sellers drive a Urus, so you might have to go with the lamp.
yeah, exactly. It's some like crazy neon color too.
Euros is cheap. You gotta get an SVJ.
Yeah, SVJ or nothing.
Do it right.
I'll take my Tesla in the time being.
Same.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what kind of mic I have. Well, I have a Rode, but apparently it's been giving me issues lately, so I might need to upgrade that.
Boy, we just cannot catch any momentum since the open.
Well, just consolidating here.
Rejecting these 9.
There we go. Now see if we can get below that 340 level, low a day maybe on deck.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good for lower here, honestly.
They're getting some selling pressure coming in here on both futures. Let's see if we can get the drive down below 325. That's where the buyers are sitting currently. And then 300. All right.
I swear, if both the two opening 5-minute candles throw up wicks to both sides, we're done with the show. We'll see you tomorrow at that point.
Yep. Just hanging around.
Yeah, it's I mean that's tough too when we have such a big range from yesterday as well, right? Like I mean yesterday's lows aren't even sitting on the Nasdaq until this 150 area. I mean we're sitting like 200 points above that. So, you know, again, it's been tough because we have been in ranges, and whenever we do get the break out of these highs, previous highs and previous lows, typically we get to see a move. Otherwise, there usually is a reaction. As you guys can see, we had a nice reaction here in the pre-market at yesterday's highs on the Nasdaq, and you know now that's just going to be our level, our zone that we look for. So for me, I tend to just have to wait when we're in these bigger ranges. Again, not to say that we can't find a quick scalp or a good trade, but typically those are the trades that I don't like to overstay my welcome in, unless we get some crazy news catalyst that comes out. We just get a massive move in one direction. But you know, for me, I expect some sort of a chop here. Again, that level I'll be looking at today is going to be that 270, and again, we're sitting like almost 100 points, 80 points above that right now. So you know, for me, I'm going to be extra patient on the day and just wait for that to come into place. The other trade idea I have here is if we get a nice reaction here and a hold of this zone, then I will look for a potential long out of this area to go back up and potentially break new all-time highs. Otherwise, the next area that I'll be looking for is a breakout of these highs here.
That's from the 80s, right? The area that you marked out from the 80s?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I want to see a reaction, what we get in this reaction here. And that's going to be sitting between 300 all the way down to this 270. This is where my zone is sitting. And it's a 30-point zone. So I want to see what kind of reaction we have here. If we just slice through this area, I'll be looking for a potential short to this 222 zone. And then possibly even previous day low. I mean, anything can and will happen in the market. Again, we have data coming out in about 3 minutes here, or 4 minutes. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'll wait for that. Not taking anything. Although
Yeah.
it shouldn't have too big of an impact.
Retail sales? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I framed up the short here, but I'm with you guys. The idea of entering this trade and then being the news release right around the corner, I think I'll just sit it out. More of a tape read.
Yeah.
To put it in Matt's words, better to wish to be in a trade than out of a trade.
That's right.
Well, and keep in mind, guys, yesterday we've all talked about there was we moved, but wasn't the best trading day, right? And you talk to a lot of traders, you follow some traders you trust on social media. It seemed like a lot of people struggled yesterday, at least maybe not always in P&L, but definitely in like identifying trades. So guys, these days tend to stack up. So you come into today very cautious, very careful, and just understanding that it could be another day where it's difficult to find reliable trades. I mean, you just look at these first. I mean, let's see where this candle goes. If we break down to new lows, then I think you're looking at potentially a trend. But if this is just a real wiki 15-minute orb, I mean, at that point, we got to wait for some conviction. And I've seen zero conviction in what we were looking for so far. With that opening run that we've seen pretty reliably in the past couple of weeks, so far not there.
Yeah.
Just consolidating before news. Not as crazy of a move as the other days.
I know we've been getting these massive runs previous days so far. So I do like this though. Like I said this in the beginning, if we can stay in a tight range and then get a nice breakout, I think ideally I would like the breakout of the highs, but yeah, we'll see what we get here in the news once the news drops, if we even get some sort of reaction.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get the Tradeify TV barcode action behind us in the first 30 minutes, I'm fine with that, as long as we move
get
out
it
of
over.
it.
I will say, I don't know if you guys, Miriam, especially with Bookmap, knows this. So far, we're running away from liquidity again.
Mm-hmm.
Every time big liquidity pops up on the board, we move away from it. So, I mean, that's, it's 100% a trend until it's not anymore. But that's just, that tends to be a characteristic of days with market uncertainty, where there's big orders on the board and the market makers don't have the opposite orders to fill them. And so we need to run away from liquidity to acquire those orders in those positions before we then bring it back to that area. So, I mean, liquidity on Bookmap, it's not always a magnet. It's not that simple. If it was, we'd just be off trading that. But when we run either towards liquidity or away from liquidity can be a thing.
Wait, who lost connection there?
That was my Ninja Trader. It looks like we're back though.
Okay. All right.
Carry on. My bad.
No, I thought somebody was talking. I was just.
That was so loud.
That sounded like you were at the train station or something.
Now boarding.
Yeah. That was very nice of her.
You're right. Sorry about that, Matt.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Rude.
I just wanted to make sure something wasn't blowing up. That's.
Yeah, Matt's had experience with things just blowing up in his basement there and causing floods. So. Yeah,
don't get me started.
Oh no.
I do like along. I'm just not. I mean, we got this news coming out in like 2 seconds.
Yep. There we go.
Not much of a reaction so far, though.
Yeah. Thought so.
Everyone hold their breath.
I know. Wow, that was kind of lame.
Yeah.
That was kind of lame.
Yep.
And nothing.
Somebody get Trump's phone and start tweeting.
It was a dud.
I'll text him really quick.
Nothing burger there. Ooh, nice buying
A little bit of something.
ES and NASDAQ both trying to approach this 400 area. All right, we got our opening range in.
Both PMIs came in just slightly soft. Manufacturing 49.5, expecting 52.6.
At this point, I really hope we just stay here until 10 a.m. because I want that next data set to come out. But we are getting this push here on ES. I do like this move on ES. Clearing opening range high and then pre-market high. So opening range high is sitting at the 64.0525 and then pre-market high is 64.0675. So I will actually be more interested in trading ES today.
So
Should I say the same?
stacking up very strongly overhead at 400, 410, and 425. So are we going to run away from that liquidity? Let's see.
Yeah, for me, I'd rather a break and a retest, ideally, on these plays. 410 has some sellers sitting on ES as well. We haven't even touched that area yet. Or wait, have we? No. Lots of buyers, thick wall of buyers on ES sitting at 63.96, which is right kind of where we got to at that. Yeah, opening range low is sitting at 63.96. Nice push here we're getting. Lots of buying pressure on ES.
Yeah, there it is.
Please don't run. I really want to retest.
Hey, little Nicky's in the long too.
It's awesome. Man. All right, 64.10 on ES on deck here. Let's see if those orders get cleared.
Does look nice.
I'm chasing this at this point if I'm getting in. I want to retest. NASDAQ right to its opening range high as well.
Right to the opening range high. Looks like it wants to break out of it. Or NQ. Sitting right at daily open. Daily open was at 402.
Yeah, I gotta wait for this at this point. This would be me chasing.
Yeah, maybe
Do
break
that.
out. Maybe break out of the 50-minute opening range, then pull back, and then go for longs.
That's what I'm anticipating, yeah. And that's the thing too, the closer we get to this data, the less inclined I feel like I want to even take this, but it is going. It is going.
It is.
Those are the worst trades too, when you never get any sort of pull. Like this could essentially just like run up and have zero pullbacks. I mean, we've seen trades like that, and it's just like, all right,
Yeah,
now what?
especially the last couple of weeks, we've seen it.
That happened on that happened on Monday or Tuesday, I believe, of this week. We just got a massive sell to the downside, and it was like, all right, at what point do you feel like you're starting to chase this?
Yeah.
So I'll wait here. Let me see what SPX is doing, because that's also going to depend on, yeah, SPX did break the highs here. New all-time highs for SPX as well. That's kind of how I trade ES. SPX looking at levels there, and then seeing where it can go from there. I do want to reach
400. Let's see if we pull back below 85 now. 5-minute ATR is at 18, so that's kind of the amount we'll look at for a rejection. So below about 85 to 82 is to me a pretty strong rejection of the 400 level, and we're kind of at that now.
Yeah, ES still rejecting that 410 area. Lots of sellers stepped in there, so not letting up just yet.
We are in a situation too, guys. The 5-minute ATR and the NQ is greater than the standard deviation width, which again means we're just that's one of the clearest indicators to me that we don't have a direction yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This range is tough right now. This could really go either way.
Yeah, what are you seeing on your end, Tyler?
I'm seeing exactly that. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I can't get a read on this right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at just I'm sorry. I'm looking at just candle closures though. And when I'm looking at just this structure, knowing that I was overall bullish on the higher time frames going into the day, I want to lean for upside, to be honest. We got ES outpacing NQ to the upside here. So definitely the stronger asset, but in terms of NQ here, you never know how big these pullbacks can be. They can be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
True.
But wanting to see higher, to be honest.
Yeah, you're trying to get
Yeah.
at this 410.
I was just expecting that we go down to previous week high, but well. Might as well just break the orb now.
Right to it on NQ day.
Yeah, like to the tick. Almost to the tick.
Yeah, I would love a nice little pullback here. At least to 405. I think that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the theme kind of holds up. We are running away from large areas of liquidity right now.
Seems to be a pattern the last couple of days.
The wicks be wicking.
Wiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that means we can set up the goal for the next marble race. I mean, we're currently sitting at 571 likes, so I mean, for Miriam and her love for angel numbers, let's get it to 777. All right, so if there's anybody who hasn't liked the stream yet, make sure to smash that like button really quick, get us to 777 likes, and we are gonna do another marble race where we're gonna give away a bunch of accounts.
Let's go.
3 accounts to be exact.
Remind me, the strategy for marble races is always bearish, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So as soon as the marbles drop, you have to go in a short. No financial advice.
Nice. Thanks for the disclaimer, at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Every guest has to actually full port it.
Everyone get out of your longs. Just kidding.
I swear there's one person that just closed their trade.
Threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, we got less than 7 minutes here until this news candle comes in. ES really holding its pre-market high here. Nasdaq trying to hold view up. So this could be another retest and go, but no, it's selling pressure coming in here now.
The opening range is really holding on NQ. Let's see what it does when we reach the bottom.
Gotta wait for confirmation here now on this pullback.
I'm glad you didn't chase the long, Mary.
I've learned my lesson too many times.
I tell myself that every day, but you know.
Yeah.
Well.
Ooh, wow. All right. Well, we just mentioned marbles and freaking market drops.
Yep, that's how it works.
I told you guys, get your shorts ready.
We're sitting at 691 likes, so if you haven't already, smash that like button, get us to 777, and we're going to do a marble race and give away 3 accounts for free.
I am kind of glad we're getting this, to be honest.
I really want to see a pullback into the previous week high, actually, and then higher.
I hate to say this, but it almost feels like we're going to get a chop fest today.
Yay, TTV barcode, let's go.
Sorry.
So when Tyler comes on as a guest, it either he misses his entries and the trade runs in his favor, or he gets the barcode.
Yeah, we're gonna get an email like 2 hours from now where he says, "Fuck you guys, I'm not coming back on."
Oh man. I guess I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say back to you, Nick. I was trying to think of something witty to say back, and I got actually nothing.
You come on this show, you need to have a couple of one-liners ready.
Yeah,
I know it.
especially for Matt.
Have them locked and loaded. I know it.
Well, the most simple one you can use for me is just a hello.
Yeah, hello. Leave me out of it.
For now. And then you take a shot, and then it's fair game, right?
Yeah, okay. I know what I'm dealing with here.
I mean, Nick's easy. You just go the nationalistic stereotype route and just claim he's neutral on everything. And every time he takes a position, you're like, oh, look, a Swiss guy taking a position. That's I'm surprised you just don't sell iron condors all day.
Well, listen, that's why I took the pre-market trade. That way you can't say that I didn't take anything.
Right.
There you go.
That's
So it. Yeah.
We got it locked and loaded early. Now we're waiting to see what we do. We're just diddling in the middle here, aren't we? Though I mean, we're just creating equal lows, equal highs. ES obviously broke out of the range, but NQ, eesh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take like an hour break. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
He's gonna go mow his lawn.
Oh man, 720 likes. 57 more, guys.
Yeah, this looks like account blowing type action to me a little bit right now.
I bet you I bet you there's a there's a lot. Firms are eating today.
Less
No
than
doubt.
3 minutes here until this news candle comes in. I really do hope we stay in this range. I'd prefer a breakout after the news.
Yeah, seems like we gotta entertain people today without trades.
Well, that's where you come in with the marble races.
Hey, but we can't just do marble races. Well, to be fair, we will have trades when we pull up the marbles. So the market is just reloading now, waiting for 777 likes to hit, and then once we
Yes,
pull up,
that's
the marble race-
clearly what the market is waiting for.
Yeah.
Of course, of course, the market makers are watching the stream.
I'll tell you, support and resistance traders could have a heyday in this, though.
Yeah.
You know?
More range traders for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, ping ponging back and forth here.
There's a day for everyone. That's for sure.
What's the saying? No strategy would exist if it never worked, right? So
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
they all work sometimes.
Yep. I think if you draw enough trend lines, one of them will eventually hit.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it works 100% of the times. 100%, 60% of the time.
So you said there's a day for everything. So I looked up what national day is it today? And but there's like 8 every single day now. So today is Amelia Earhart Day.
What is
It is
it?
International Self-Care Day.
Oh,
It-
okay.
It is National Cousins Day. Hey, Lauren and Sarah, my cousins.
Shout out, cousins.
National Day of Motoring. All right.
Uh,
National Drive-Through Day. Maybe I'll drive through Panda Express later.
oh,
Hey,
National
Please do like
Tequila Day. Hell yes. And National Thermal Engineer Day. Hello to all you thermal engineers
Wow.
out there. There's like 10 more. I'm not gonna go.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna go through all of them.
well, there's some entertainment.
man, ES.
How does one even get a national day?
I
don't
know.
Well,
do
I
like
think we
some
can make up the National Tradeify TV Day. That's
That's
every day, by the way.
Because that's all. That's all Congress has been able to pass for like 10 years is these proclamations of days. They don't do anything else.
That's a good point.
All right, guys, we have less than 10 seconds here. See what this data comes out with. I would like ES. ES is much stronger, but let's see.
I don't think much is gonna happen, honestly.
Yeah, that was so weak. Boo.
That's actually a fair question, Sandu. Where do you have a drive-through Panda Express, Matt? Tell me.
The one right near my house.
The one in your house?
Right near my house.
Oh, I understood the one right in my house. I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
if I had one in my house, you would have already made an excuse to come over here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh man, long wicks here to the upside on this 15-minute close.
Gosh, Nasdaq this is where it gets really tricky. Nasdaq is looking very bearish. ES looks bullish.
Well,
All right, new home sales coming in just a little soft. Expecting 650, came in at 627. I don't know that that's enough for a huge reaction.
And Nasdaq getting more of the selling volume coming in here. ES not. ES actually getting buying pressure coming in. This is so insane. Absolutely crazy.
we're almost at 777 likes for a marble race. Everybody who just joined, welcome. 777 likes for a marble race where we give away 3 accounts.
Hit
So
the like
smash that
button, boys and girls.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, it seems like Miriam, that story of ES and Q divergence just continues, huh?
This is what's frustrating too, because I like this setup on ES. I'm honestly hesitant to take this because I don't want NASDAQ to get the selling pressure, which will pull ES down. So if I were to just be looking at ES, this is why I look at both, because when we're sitting in such strong divergences, like if I were to look at each chart separately, I would think, ES was dropping if I was just looking at NASDAQ. Like that is not the case whatsoever. And so that's what makes it really hard to trade this, because now, I don't want to take a long on ES considering where NASDAQ is sitting. We're sitting close to those pre-market lows. And I think if we flush those lows, ES will come back, potentially test VWAP. And I would like an entry actually around here on ES at the 405s. But my stop would probably be about 10 points actually if we were to get into this, which is a little bit high for me sitting on ES. But I would almost have to leave enough room for this to work out, because like I said, today could be coming in for a choppy day, especially when we're seeing this much divergence between both futures. It's just not convincing me to take the trade. I want to take the short on NQ. I want to take the long on ES. Those are the days that I'm like, all right, maybe I just need to wait. Let this move play out and just wait.
Yeah. We did just cross 777 likes. So let's do a giveaway. I'm going to set up a keyword here in the back end. Or you know what? Matt or Miriam, can somebody of you type a keyword really quick for Drew? And then I'm going to explain how the giveaway, the marble race, works already. So the marble race works as follows. You have to like the stream. You have to subscribe to the channel. And once we drop the keyword, you have to type it once in the chat, okay? Not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you are going to get disqualified if you type it more than once. Now, the first 300 people to type it in the chat will actually participate in that marble race. We have 3 different accounts to give away for that first marble race that we do today. And we have one 50K advanced account, one 100K advanced account, and one 150K advanced account. And we give them away pretty much in the reverse order. So 150K for the first place, 100K for second place, and 50K for the third place. And as soon as we have the keywords confirmed, I'm going to drop it. Do we have it confirmed, Drew?
Go ahead, Miriam. Tell him.
Yeah, we couldn't decide. Matt told me and Matt to pick one. Matt picked Tyler. I picked divergence. So the keyword is Tyler divergence, one word.
I hope Drew is ready for that already.
I hope you guys can spell that.
I hope Drew was ready.
Tyler divergence. That sounds painful, actually.
I'm sorry.
No voodoo dolls in the chat, please.
That's why I had to explain what was happening, because if we just came out with that keyword, it would have felt like rude.
Rude.
Oh man.
It's kind of a big area here. I feel like if we can break through 30, we've got some room to the downside. But again, we've rejected this area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus candles over the course of the last 2 hours. So it's gonna the sellers have to step up here.
Yeah, ES looking like it's squeezing as well for a potential move, whether it is to break VWAP or the highs. I think if NASDAQ can hold the pre-market lows, at least the opening range low, we could kind of get this bounce and possibly move ES to the upside. But I still don't freaking love this, guys. Like, we are so far from VWAP on NASDAQ, and ES is so far above it. Just same broken record I feel like I've been playing here.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot lower if we can get this 351 fill. Put a sell limit here in a 2-minute imbalance. Seeing if we can get picked up here. We just got a 5-minute candle closure below here as well. I think I just got triggered. There we go. Okay. So I didn't get picked up on this. I'm going to give this a try for lower. We'll look to protect. We can get below these equal lows that just got generated here.
You're getting the buying pressure coming in here on both futures as well.
I like it. For a long, not gonna lie.
You gotta rip it, Nick.
Nah.
I don't like it.
Don't wanna fate you, man.
I won't be offended.
Okay. Tyler divergence.
There you go.
Is that our new indicator?
There you go.
Oh no.
Tyler divergence.
You gotta trademark that now.
Oh, you better.
TD.
TD. I was gonna ask if your last name starts with a D, but
It don't. Opportunity
doesn't.
missed.
Yeah. Man, we really are just ranging here. I mean, I did ask for this.
You jinxed
Yeah,
it,
thank
Mary.
you.
I did jinx
You
it.
jinxed it.
I was like, yeah, if we get a range, then we'll get a total breakout here. Stuck in those fucking.
Wow, that was a great Merriam impression. I appreciate
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
you
my
sounded
ally.
more. You sounded more Merriam than Merriam.
Oh, man.
Not sure if
Alright,
she should
Drew.
be complimented by that.
Yeah,
but
I'll just let that slide. It's fine.
Drew, let's see. Before we play the marbles, let's see how Tyler's trade turns out. So,
Taking on heat, boys. We'll see. Stop's in
Ooh,
place for a reason.
heat
Stop is
place.
372.
actually, you know what, Tyler? I mean, since the
What?
marble race is an indicator for shorts,
Hey.
let's actually pull up the marble race and put your charts in the corner there so we can see both. But I think you really need that marble race for your TP to hit.
I like your style, Nick.
All right, there we go. We're friends now.
The ultimate,
So
the
Drew-
ultimate wingman.
So Drew, whenever you're ready, feel free to pull up the marble race. There it is. All right, cool. So, background Nick, you ready to short this? 1 mini. By the way, guys, no financial advice. So, let's drop the marbles. Let's go. Nice. So that entry, what was that? 56.50. What was the entry, Nick?
$355.
Okay. 85.
We're on a 100% win streak here, so
Yeah.
we got to get this.
Is that an octopus? Is that background
Is that
Nick?
Bill Nicky?
Background Nick
Yeah.
working?
Well, Nicky, you better win this. You're the marbles race today.
Hey, look at the price. Look at Nasdaq.
I'm-
Look at Nasdaq.
Oh, it's
The
working.
marble race indicator is working again.
Oh,
Nobody jinx it.
You can't jinx it. It's
Ooh,
good.
There's no
easy,
fucking way.
easy. Can't jinx it, man.
no fucking way.
It is the marble race indicator, the almighty. You can't jinx it. No way.
I'm gonna own Nick lunch for this, I think.
That's insane.
You can send me some Panda Express, man.
Okay. All right.
Oh
we'll get
my
it going.
god.
There it goes. Marble race indicator. Let's go. Let's go.
Finish the race. Drew, why'd you
Hey,
pick
we
a
have the
long
winner
one?
in. Close the trade. Close the trade, background Nick. We got the winner in. That was a 30-point trade.
That's actually insane.
I'm
That's
watching this. I want to
actually-
see us close below this recent low. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna secure. We got
Marble
40 seconds,
race
so hopefully we don't
indicator
get some
for the
crazy wick.
win.
Oh lord. I think we started something dangerous here, guys.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm loving this.
But
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna take
we're,
it off there.
fair enough. But I mean, hey,
30
we're up.
seconds left.
We're up $600 from that marble race trade. So,
That's-
also, let's get into the winners. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
Rajan Adhikari, you won a 150k advanced account. Make sure to type something in the chat. Greed. Oh, you won already. I know that in like one of the first races we did. Greed, you won a 100k advanced account. And who was third? Drew. There we go. Jonathan Chimeta. You get a 50k advanced account. Make sure to type something in the chat, everybody. So we see you there. And yeah, congrats.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, you really came in clutch with the marble race there, Nick. That was
For real. Yeah,
That was
Nasdaq
fantastic.
bulls need to
That was
wake up
sick.
here unless there's there's gonna be more drop for sure. Yes, still above VWAP here. So I do expect a reaction at this 402 level if we do get more downside on Nasdaq. I expect maybe even like a little pop down and then some liquidity being pulled or grabbed on that. So not sure where your target is on that, Tyler.
For the shorts, you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking for this fair value gap fill on the 4 hour. So the low of the fair value gap, just below that as well, would be about the 280s.
Yeah.
That's where I'm looking to see this kind of bottom out potentially.
Okay.
Didn't end up getting the close anyway. So even if I had waited for the candle closure, it would have been the same result as far as me closing that. Just trying to be nimble here, not again round trip this, but a little green on the day. So added a little bit to the little win from earlier as well.
Nice.
I guess we'll take it.
I do hope we get this. I
Swipe
want
through
it.
the lows.
Yeah. I think if we get the move down. Oh yeah, there's a selling pressure coming in here.
That's finally the break of the 50-minute opening range. Previous week high now on Nasdaq. I wonder if you're gonna.
There it is.
It doesn't look like it wants to reject that, to be honest. Previous day mid, the next level at the 280s.
I'll be watching 63.96 here on ES for a potential bounce if we do get it. I think that should give you your 380 if we get down there on ES. Nice. Let's see if 300 clears here on NQ. We have some orders sitting there.
Paper handed that one, chat. That's all right though.
Happens.
Yep.
To
Oh,
be
did you
fair,
get out
the
of the
Yeah, I closed it because we weren't getting immediate displacement through these lows.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want this to just be a shallow sweep and then we just come right back into the range. So I did. Yeah, I closed it for a little profit on that.
Okay. No problem.
Well, I'm glad I didn't fade you, to be honest. That was
Yeah.
a great trade, Tyler. Anyway,
Well,
Yeah,
you
very nice. Very nice.
You should have not faded him because it was a marbles race. Duh.
yeah.
You did it for me.
Yep.
Yeah, congrats anyone that's holding this. This is a nice move.
I think if we clear 300 here, we'll get more of a move. I'm waiting on ES here to find its footing.
Tyler, somebody in the chat is saying Tyler's been golfing too much. Is that the case?
That's never the case. You can never golf too much. No such thing. But I've been trying to get out. Yeah. You know what's crazy? I grew up. I'm like, I'll never get into golf. I started golfing last summer, and now I'm like oddly addicted to it.
Oh, that's funny.
You're way too young for that.
That's the baby face talk.
Like, you can still play actual sports, so you don't need to play golf.
Yeah, it's been fun trying to get out as much as I can. I'm still not we're working on getting better, but we did break 90 one time, believe it or not. So I don't know if that was luck or
Wow.
what, but if anyone asks, make sure you tell them.
Or are we gonna hold that previous week high? Looks more like a retracement to me. Yeah, Matt, I agree with you. Top golf it is.
They just built one in downtown St. Louis too. It like overlooks downtown in the arch. It's really awesome.
Well, guess what? We don't have that in Switzerland either.
What a shock.
But in Dubai, the one in Dubai is really cool.
Yeah, I think I'll grab lunch at Panda Express and head on out to Top Golf and then catch dinner at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, you know what, Matt? Fuck
you
you,
go.
man.
Oh my God.
He predicted it too. He predicted it.
Unhinged.
It's one of those.
Yeah, you know what, Matt?
Hey, you know what, you asshole?
Get a load of this guy.
Nah, I'm kidding, Matt. I love you.
Oh my goodness.
You're my favorite male.
Hey, Z, don't watch. You watch your mouth on Costco. Costco is a damn institution. Actually, not heading there this weekend, but the following weekend. Grab me 437 rolls of toilet paper and a $1.50 hot dog. You tell me where else you can get that.
Okay.
Not at a baseball or football game, I'll tell you that.
No, not a major league one. No.
Even get this final push here to below 300s. Looks good. Very strong close on the 15.
ES is still in the middle of the range though.
I know it. Yeah, I know. It's hanging on for dear life.
And that was so far looking like somewhat of a clean test of the 9 EMA here on the 1 minute on NASDAQ. ES rejecting VWAP as well.
Miriam, for your supply and demand levels, do you look for execution like right off of them? Do you usually wait for a reaction to see it hold first?
Yeah,
kind of
I definitely wait for a reaction. Like this one that we got here is kind of, you know, I'm hesitant to take this short only because we are holding, but we are still rejecting these levels. So if we can clear 300, I think we have room down. I'll actually be looking for this for a short here. We clear 300. God, I think I entered that right at the bottom there. All right, I'm setting my stop to 324. Shit entry there. Oh, no. What did I do? Yeah, I got completely fucked on that.
Where do you have your stop?
I just got stopped out.
Okay.
Horrible entry on that. Yeah, I think these longs want to come in actually. So if we get back above VWAP on ES, I'll be looking for the longs because I think if these 300s hold, then I think we go back up.
I did not hate the logic of that short though, Miriam. I seeing this hold and seeing this continuation, I didn't hate that logic there.
Yeah, they're really holding though.
Now we're getting, yeah, what a push.
So previous week high is holding. Now I would, like if we push this higher, I would want to see all-time high. Potentially.
Doing this, I'm going to shoot for these highs here. So I'm going to take another trade here. I got in at 336 on NQ, shooting for these longs. I want to see a nice push up here. I don't want to see them clear these 300. So I'm going to set my stop actually at 300. ES now back above VWAP, which is why I am interested in taking this trade here. But we have the potential of rejecting this 340 area. So definitely don't want to see that come in.
Well, that's a retest of the 50-minute opening range here. Let's see.
Yeah, could possibly reject here, but I do like where ES is, so I'm willing to hold this. Just need the push here. This is where, so the reason I took this trade, guys, is because I like that we held this area here, this 300. It's a demand zone. ES now back above VWAP, hopefully going to push the NASDAQ back up. I want to see us get above this 44. I think if we get back above 44, I think VWAP at 62 is going to have a clear shot. And then if we can get above VWAP, I think we have a nice shot to potentially hit the opening range here.
Miriam, can you switch to your trading screen?
Yes.
Because now you got the stream deck set up, huh?
I sure do.
Nice.
I tell you what, girl, you got that upstairs stream deck sitting around. Shoot you, bing, bing, pew, pew, America.
That works. That works.
Oh, nice. Nice, Matt.
She's going to check herself before she tries that accent again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait. This is
no.
You guys see that, right? Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Now it
This
works.
was the entry that I got, which was a complete trash move that I got in on. But looking for us to hold this 9 EMA here and then possibly push back up. I don't like these rejections that we're getting at the 1 hour or the 1 minute, because right now we could make the move back down. But I do have a pretty thick stop loss here. So if we get back down below these lows, I'm done. So I do want to see us hold this area here. ES really the stronger one. Wow, that 395 level held so well. That was very clean on ES. Yeah, I definitely degened the low for sure.
Who said that?
Mr. Delusional.
Oh, man.
That was disgusting. I'm actually like not proud of that at all. And to be fair, not that this is even like a reason, but to be fair, I was trying to set a limit order that just completely got executed.
Yeah. Happens. Happens.
Sure does.
Not liking the retest of this 9 EMA that we're getting and not holding. I think if we start moving back towards like 317, I might actually close this a little early just because I don't want to see that flush happen, which I feel like they might try to do that. So I'll completely exit this trade. I don't even care if it starts moving like aggressively towards these areas. I'll close out of this trade.
Fair enough. I do like it for longs once we close above 42 or 41, I should say. That would be very nice.
I do feel like this might be a trade that does take some time to play out, but I do feel like if there is, this could be setting up for like a nice look below and fail, especially on this candle that we just put in on the 5 minute. Let me just go back here and show you guys on the 5 minute here that we put on NQ. Nice, like, you know, double wick pattern on this demand zone. So especially ES too. ES sweep this 396. So we could make a little bit of a retrace back for about half this candle, but I do expect, that's why I set my stop to that low, because I do expect us to push here and start making new highs. So let's see what we get.
I might join you on that long once we close.
I'm not gonna say I don't love the price action though. So this is kind of brutal.
Yeah, even if you like zoom out to these higher time frames, 5-15 minute charts, I mean, you can just see what we've been up against today. So for anybody in the chat, I mean, just looking at this, like if you're green, congrats. If you're red, I mean, shoot, it's just one of those days. It's a little bit tougher conditions, and just remember your rules. Your rules are in place for days like this where it might be a little bit more challenging, right? It's everybody's good at following their rules when price action's perfect and it's delivering you to TP left and right. So
everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That is exactly right. Well said.
Mhm.
It wasn't me. That was Mike.
That's
Tyson.
Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
I mean, no, I came up with that quote. What are you talking about?
Well, I was trying to give you the credit, but you know, it's,
350
I was
has
gonna
some sellers sitting as well on
Yeah.
NQ, and still rejecting that 9 EMA here on the 5-minute, which I don't like that. Right
Where did
here
you say your
get
stop was, Miriam?
at the lows, so I have about a 30-point stop.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of trapped in here in between two different PD arrays. This is we'll see. I'm rooting for these longs to come in.
Yeah, I do like the setup for a long. I just don't
Yeah.
like if we can't get back above above
Is that the minion?
these 40s.
Yeah, I was gonna say she sounded like a minion there.
But the purple one.
Some days I look like one too.
The purple minion in a purple SVJ.
I mean, for the height discrepancy between you and Hubby, you should go as Gru and a minion for Halloween.
I think that should be her Halloween costume for
I
the
think
stream.
it should be, yeah.
You guys are
Minion.
you guys are wild for that.
If he's
Oh,
watching, I bet he's laughing though.
my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he's 6'5", so he already sees everyone short. All right, let's see if we can get this push here. We were really trying to hold these London lows, so let's see if we can get the push up above the 43s, 44s. That's what I'm looking for here.
New 30-minute candle in about 90 seconds, boys and girls.
How much do you factor that into your trading, Tyler? The new 30-minute candles?
Yeah, I'm a lot like you know, the other ICT guests you've had on here as well. It's a pretty big part of the strategy in terms of just, you know, bias for the following 30-minute, the following hour is just how these candles close, right? We like to say the wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story. So especially if you're framing a trade long or short, you're looking for, if you're bullish, right, you're looking for that candle opening to open, you know, essentially manipulate lower, and then you want to see it flip, you know, open low, high, close, or vice versa if you're bearish, right? So just kind of framing the bias off of candle closures and trying to frame manipulations on the candle that follows. So I would say it's pretty important overall in terms of keeping the higher time frame perspective, you know, front and center.
Got it.
Easy to get caught up in this 1 minute price action. I know was it Matt that said that the 1 minute price action traders are a little bit degen. I'm a little guilty.
I don't think I implied that. I think I flat out said it, but yeah.
Okay. I knew it was one or the other.
Yeah.
That's fair though. But I feel like I've noticed and found in my trading over the last few years that the best reversals tend to form around the tops of hours or 30-minute marks of an hourly candle. So if you're looking for reversals, that's generally where they tend to show up in my experience. But boy, we are
just
15
fighting.
minutes. We were just yeah.
I do feel like we are gearing up for some ES. I should have just played ES like my original plan. My God, I keep fumbling that. That is something.
Ooh, you said you're gonna trade ES.
I did say that, and here I am trading Nasdaq because freaking Nasdaq has a chokehold on me apparently.
You're loyal. That's what it is. You're loyal.
Thank you. I love how you spun that into the most positive ways. I appreciate that. Oh, man. ES testing its opening range high as well. I think, you know, this is going to be a key area here. We can get the buying pressure. Am I echoing?
Yep.
Am I echoing on your guys' end at all?
No, you're good.
I am? Okay.
Miriam's microphone just hates her.
I just know that that we all echo now. I think it's
We're
because
all
Coach Tank came in.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go.
Some special effects. Tradeify TV.
The wizard of the markets.
Tradeify.
It's not just me, right?
No, it's everybody.
Okay. Drew.
Drew is fired.
Yeah. He just removes Coach Shank. He's like,
Drew fired.
oh, man.
There we go.
That's funny.
It looks like we're going higher. I'm still
Let's
echoing.
see. I'll probably move my stop up a little bit here, just so I'm not completely taken out of this.
Where do you have your stop now?
They are just rejecting these areas. I moved it to 3.8. I'm gonna move it to 3.18 even.
Alright.
I like to move it I feel like they see these. No, they don't see these orders. They really don't, guys. But like, they're not gonna see my 2 minis on here. But like, I feel like a lot of times I like to. I don't like to use like whole numbers. It's an options thing that I've always. Like whenever I'm dealing with the options contracts, I never like sell at whole numbers. I always sell at like just either a cent off or a little below or a little above. But yeah, that's why I'm selling at 317.75. So don't like that we're rejecting the opening range high here on ES. So and still, like I keep saying, we're rejecting this 344. So
This is basically the fifth 5-minute candle that, at least thus far, still a minute 30 left, has rejected the -1 standard dev band too. That's kind of sitting there. Let's see, basically between 335 and 340. I still feel like it wants to punch up, just based on the liquidity, even though we've kind of been running away from liquidity today. But if it clears 340, I mean, it pushes
getting a lot. Yeah.
If it pushes through that 340 to 345, it could really get some momentum to the upside. It's got to get there.
I hate that I didn't play ES today. That is, you know what? Moving forward, anytime I talk about ES, I'm just going to trade it. That's it. This
All
was
right. Well,
sweep. Look at this, guys. I mean, if I go back to my trading view, this was so clean. Like this 396 opening range low, barely even tapped it, and then just made the nice move up. Now we're kind of fighting at opening range high, but I think if we start getting the juice up on ES, hopefully NASDAQ will as well. Really struggling here. That's just not what I want to see.
Well, it's about time for us to say goodbye to our guest for the day. Again, Tyler, you can find him on this stream on Thursdays. Tyler, where can they find you if they want to hear more from you?
Yeah, I am Tyler Trades on all socials, so nice and
Pretty
easy,
easy.
seamless across them all. Yeah.
Like that.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on as well. It's been an interesting day nonetheless. I don't really see anything at the moment that I love too much. I think I'm just going to be content with a little bit of green that I've been able to take out of the market today, and come back later when things are a little bit more clear, hopefully. So, but
Yeah, go play some golf, man.
As always. Yeah, hopefully I'll see if I can recruit some buddies to go play around.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks again for joining us, Tyler. We will see you next week.
Yeah, Tyler.
Bye,
Appreciate you
Tyler.
guys. Have a good stream.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be joined by Coach Tank and see whatever wisdom he has for us for the day. So he's getting loaded up in the background. So always great to talk to Tyler. Make sure you go give him a follow across various social media. And again, he's here with us every Thursday. So, boy, Miriam, they're making you sweat this.
They're just annoying me at this point. I mean, I did move my stop to 20 points in, but yeah, not a favorable trade in my opinion. Definitely more of a patience waiting game sort of trade, which you guys know I usually like to be in and out of trades quickly. So like anything more than 10 minutes is just like nails on a chalkboard for me, but
Yeah,
I'll let this one play out. I think it has room. I think it has potential.
You're pretty laid back. You're very good natured, but like I could feel like you really didn't go Karen on the market. Like you want to talk.
I
to the
really
market
feel like that.
manager.
Yeah. and usually when I'm by myself, I'm like calling everyone rats and just
Hey, we want to hear it. Go for
Do
it.
it. That's me saying it all the time. Like, do it.
We want to hear it, Miriam. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, that's the most you'll get, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get here. I think, again, like I keep saying, if we continue this move back up above the 40s, and really sustain this move, I think we have a shot at VWAP, and then hopefully all-time highs from there. All right, we're getting some
Hey, we're getting
buying
it.
coming in here.
There we go.
All right. I'll just go ahead and keep trailing my stop here. I'm still at a loss if this works against me, but at least I'm a little bit more protected at a 10-point loss here. I'd rather take a 10-point loss than you know, a 30-point loss. So that's
Well, that
always
makes
good.
sense.
All right, guys. Well, it is that time that we have every Thursday. It is our live trading coach. Coach Tank is ready to join us here. Let's bring him into the stream. Coach, how are you doing?
Very well, thanks. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're well.
Good morning, Coach Tank.
Good afternoon, Coach Tank.
Afternoon, Nicholas. obviously,
Nicholas.
Nick and I are in a European time zone. So yes, it's afternoon. It's gloomy. I've actually got the lights on here. I haven't seen the sun today here in the UK. One of those days where we haven't seen the sky, just clouds.
Same in Switzerland.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but it's good. There's quite a bit. We had a heat wave not too long ago, and there's been quite a few lobster-looking Brits walking around town. So we probably could do with a little bit of a cover.
I've noticed y'all don't really believe in sunscreen over there.
Mate, they put olive oil. They put chicken oil. I mean, when you get a bit of sun,
Don't
Brits,
waste chicken oil like that.
They actually put oil on to try and cook themselves. It's actually a thing for sure.
So you're just walking along the beaches of the UK. You're like, smells like fried chicken.
Oh,
It's
no.
very bizarre. It's very bizarre. So skin cancer, I don't think it's really, to be fair, I guess we don't have all year round sun. So, it's definitely a thing that it's not as big a deal here as it is in sort of California or Australia or generally more, sun intense countries. So I guess when we get a bit of sun in the UK, in my local park where I live, at lunchtime, if you went for a walk, everybody's in bikinis sunbathing with a bit of sun. So yeah, that's kind of how it works here in the UK.
Do you wear your bikini out for that too?
Just the budgie smugglers. I don't know if that's what they're called in the UK, in the US, budgie smugglers.
Interesting.
Okay.
Y-fronts.
I've never
I
heard
think that's
that.
what you call them there. the sort of swimming costume that's just like a pair of little Y-front undies. I mean, I don't wear them, but they're called budgie smugglers.
Speedos.
Speedos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Speedos. That's the one. Yeah, absolutely.
So how many do you have?
I have one for each. One color for each day of the week, mate.
One if the markets are green, one if they're red.
Yeah.
But,
All right,
welcome,
so Coach, before we
everyone.
get into it, because I know, usually when we get into it with you, we got a lot of great questions. We got a lot of stuff going on. But you are starting a big masterclass today. So tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've kind of seen the benefits of a few basics being taught to our live traders, and a few things that a lot of people haven't quite taken into account, even though they've been trading for a few years now. So I guess what I've been doing for the past 8 years in trading education was a very academic approach to financial markets. Obviously, psychology is important. Obviously, being profitable is important, but there's also, you need somewhat of an academic foundation. And so I've put together a series of masterclasses. There are 20, and they're going to be broken up into four categories. So we have psychology, we have risk, we have technical, and we have macro. And within those categories are different sessions. And every Thursday, I believe, we're going to have an online session. I think this one today is opened up to everybody. And the idea is we're going to be I'll be going over a few topics that I believe are quite relevant to retail traders in this current climate. Something I've been attuned to for the past 8 years working with retail traders. So I think I've managed to work out and understand what it is a lot of them need to hear. and necessarily may not have already heard. So it's going to be based on, like I said, there's going to be psychology, it's going to be technical, there's going to be some things that a lot of you won't relate to, that maybe, you might join the session and think, actually, it's not relevant to me. A lot of things, though, I think will be rather relevant. So yeah, that'll be kicking off today at midday EST, 12 p.m. EST. But
and that's
it's on Discord, isn't
correct?
it? Yeah, in the Discord. I'll put my hand up now. I've never done a presentation in Discord before, so fingers crossed it works.
First time.
Background, Nick, if we could get maybe a Discord invite link into the chat or pinned to the chat,
Yeah.
Let's do that so everyone can make sure they're part of that. Again, guys, whether you have a Tradeify account or not, but especially if you do have an account with Tradeify, being a part of the Discord, even if you only check it once or twice a day, just so you know if there's any technical issues going on. Sometimes Tradeify is having technical issues, and that has nothing to do with with the firm, but you still want to know that and know where the issue is, and so to know where you need to look for the resolution and when it's resolved. So make sure you're a part of that Discord. That's the fastest way our team can communicate with our clients. Yeah, I believe that's the case. Jump in, send some links in, Nick, and we'll go from there. But that's the plan. So half an hour after this, after I jump off here, we'll be commencing that. So it should be a good one. Let's see how it goes. So do you have anything prepared for us today, Tank, or are we just going to take some questions?
Yeah, a few things really. I mean, I think it's rather relevant at the moment that, we're hitting all-time highs. And it's always been a question of, once you break a high, you move into no man's land. Where does one target? I did some analysis for a few banks as a technical analyst, and I was on daily charts, 4-hour charts, daily charts, and mid to longer term. And it was always asked, and I was working stock markets, obviously, because they were breaking all-time highs, especially US market, especially during Trump's time of breaking new highs. And everybody's asking, what do we target? Do you guys have a methodology for targeting when you're targeting to no man's land?
Yeah.
I wish I did. Why don't you inform us?
Right. So let's share a screen here, and we can talk about ideally how you can target when we are breaking new highs. I was looking at the chat there just to let everybody know I don't walk around in Speedos during the summertime. Okay, that's very, very much not my look.
That's awesome.
I like to wear red swim shorts on the beach because it's ironic, because I can't swim yet I look like the lifeguard. That's why it's quite ironic. But here we go. So what I wanted to start with, actually, there are, usually if you're going to choose a target, simple system to choose a target would be to choose some form of level. So support resistance levels that we've identified, where we see a supply and demand shift, those kind of environments for target setting. It shouldn't really be an arbitrary number of pips, because again, that's essentially assuming that the market's going to give you those pips, and also sometimes cutting yourself short if the market's going to go to a relevant level. So generally, we use technical analysis and we use levels to help us determine our entries, our stop losses, and our targets. And then we kind of use the momentum, or we use fundamental and macro drivers to make the move happen. So the idea is if we're breaking all-time highs, and what I've got up on the chart here, for example, is the Dow. I heard you guys talking about not looking at the Dow as much as you ought to, and I actually said to my other half earlier, I said it's worth looking at NASDAQ, Dow, and the S&P all together, because they are related, and they're slightly different, but they're related. And I think it's important because it's kind of like if you were marrying into a family, and I don't know, Matt, imagine your other half had 2 identical sisters.
Ooh.
And you could analyze them, and you could meet them, and you'd want to, because there'll be similarities. They'll be different, but there'll be similarities. And I think the idea is that they are connected. So it's worth trying to understand them all as a 3. And it will help you understand the one that you're focusing on a little bit better, I think, because you'll see how they behave and you'll see patterns in how they behave. And when bits of data come out, when things are said on Bloomberg TV, when things are said out of the US Fed, you'll see how the Dow reacts, you'll see how ES reacts, you'll see how NASDAQ reacts. So it's kind of important, I think, to get a slightly more holistic viewpoint of the family. And one way to do that is, have a look at a few other markets, especially when you have time in your hands, because a lot of people trade one asset and they just stare at it all day long. It's not healthy. So have a little look around, do some analysis, and generally what you'll find is it can help you to look at other assets. But here I've got the Dow Jones up. I've got the Dow. I've got it in the daily chart, okay? Now I know this is not relevant to a lot of people because it's the daily chart, but this is the sort of thing that I'd like you to sort of just observe. So for instance, I mean, I know you guys use fibs for entries. Do you use Fibonacci for target setting at all?
I used to, but yeah, that is a good one to use for all-time highs. Now that I feel like I'm foreshadowing what you're about to get into.
yeah. So you can, obviously it kind of projects into the future, doesn't it? So there are different things that you can use to identify levels to target. Of course, we have support and resistance levels, but I think you mentioned it earlier today, Miriam, the relevance of round numbers. So people like to target round numbers, and it comes from two things, really. One, when people used to trade purely from the pit. So if you traded just from a pit, if you were a pit trader, and one pit still exists, Chicago, I think. But, if you're just a proper pit trader without charts, and I know people that used to do that because charts only came into use properly about 15 years ago, 16, 17 years ago. So people used to trade just from the numbers. So if you were trading from numbers, a lot of people were trading to round numbers and through round numbers and off round numbers. And the reason it was round numbers was because as a collective, as humanity, we like round numbers. Yeah. I'm sure you've all used the phrase, somebody said to you, how long will it be or how long does it take? And you've used the phrase 5 to 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. Oh, it's about 5 or 10 minutes. I particularly really, really dislike that because, it's because I'm a little bit peculiar in that way, but essentially 10 minutes is 100% error of 5. Yeah. So for me, how I see it is if it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes, you're saying it's 5 minutes or it's 100% difference, 10 minutes. So as a scientist, as error, that's like 100% difference. So it's a bit strange for me personally, but I understand why it's done because it's a round number to a round number. Now, I think for the past 15 years, if somebody's asked me how long something takes, and I know it takes a bit less than 10 minutes, but I know it's definitely longer than 5 minutes, I say 7, 8 minutes. And people find that strange because most people say 5 to 10. So a lot of people use round numbers to target things. Okay, and that's the same thing happens in financial markets. So round numbers at levels that we've never been to before can be seen as psychological targets. Okay, I think that's important to understand. So what I'm trying to put together here is essentially a confluence of information. So if you try and put together the concept of psychological round numbers being levels, you try to put together the concept of Fibonacci expansion into a no man's land being a level. Maybe there's price patterns that have targets. Maybe you can use pivot points. I'm not sure. I've not really seen it. Do you guys use pivot points at all?
I have used it in the past, yes.
You have used it. Again, I think pivot points are majoritively used in the Forex market, but then they made their way into the equity space, and traders used to use pivot points often, actually, to try and predict levels that they wanted to trade throughout the day. So usually it was daily intraday traders used pivot points. So it's based on the high, low, and close of the previous day. It goes through a calculation. You then get 7 pivot points, and these are based on the turning points of yesterday. And these can also project levels. Okay, so the idea is you want to try and apply this analysis along with some sort of fundamental as well at some point to determine where there might be some confluence in those levels. So just a brief example that I had was this here on, was this here on on Dow Jones. Yep. So we're on a daily, and the Dow Jones, for instance, a little while ago broke this high here. So something like, let's say, broke that high there. Okay, so here you can see October last year, we had a nice impulsive move. Bam, we break this level. So all you can do is, if you break apart above this level, you're thinking, hang on a second, where's this market going to go? You could have even looked to have got involved further down here. But the point is if you just used a Fibonacci expansion tool, which is basically from this low to your higher high, back to your new higher low, and plotted it across, have a look at where this market actually ended up reaching. You can see that's the 100% expansion, and it hit it bang on. Okay, this is no man's land, by the way, all of this. Now, what's also relevant about this level, it wasn't just a Fibonacci expansion, it was also, if you see here, the big round number. Yeah. So here we had confluence, because the point is that if you were looking at this market at this moment in time, and people said, right, if this were to turn and we went through the all-time high, what do we target? Then the answer is the 100% expansion from where it turned, because it was also in line with our 45,000. And here we can see it. Market came down. That was your potential entry point down here. Also, if you used a fib, and I think you guys use fibs for entries a fair amount. If we did something like that, we got bang in between the 50, and the let's try and get that. All right, out of the way. We got bang in between the 50 and the 618. So bang in the middle. You call it a golden pocket or something. Mm-hmm. So bang in the golden pocket. Market retraced back here. These are daily charts, but the point is that it's the same thing is applicable on a smaller time frame. So market came back. We slingshotted out of here. We broke the all-time highs. Everyone's asking, where are we going to go to? The idea is we use our confluence of our Fibonacci expansion in line with our round number target just below the 45,000 because you had confluence there, and you can see the market had a little retest, made its way to 45, didn't quite fancy it, and then sold off. Yeah, so the idea is when you're trying to chart into no man's land, you need to try and use tools that can predict, can sort of slingshot a potential target. And that's where things like round numbers, things like Fibonacci expansion, if you have price patterns can help you in something like that. But here's an example I think I had of, I think it was ES you guys are looking at. Let's see.
Clean move on ES, now that you're mentioning it.
Yeah, new all-time high there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So not quite that.
Yeah, I am still in my trade. I'm in 1 mini still. I just moved my stop to 47 here. I'm shooting for these 400s on NQ. We'll see what we get.
Thanks. So here we are this morning. Again, as always, you know, here we are this morning on the FTSE. Now, it's a 5-minute chart. Okay, we had the same situation this morning on the FTSE. We're broken above 9,000. We're looking at these highs, the UK market. Remember, I'm a big bastion of the FTSE 100 at the moment because it seems that the US has got a good deal with the UK. UK's got a good deal with the US. Europe still quite hasn't got it. And so for me, long FTSE is always seems to be a healthy move at the moment. So see there's our opening FTSE. We struggled through these levels, and then we made our move. Now, again, what to target around here is a little bit tricky, but it's just simple. All the Fibonacci expansion is, by the way, it's just 100% of the previous move. So if I took that move from here to here, that's all I'm looking at, and then plot that from where we pulled back to, which was down here, that would have been a target. And you can see where the market failed. Okay, so the market came perfectly up to that initial move. But guys, all technical analysis is, okay, it is this simple technical analysis. All we're doing is taking past market action and past market moves to help us predict future market moves. And all we're saying is that, you know, if the market did something 3 times out of 4 times, the odds are on the 5th time, it's probably going to do it as well. Okay, so are you struggling? Does it make sense to anyone? I don't know if everyone's struggling here. Guys, all I'm suggesting is that if you're trading into no man's land, into places, yeah, they're just measured moves. Okay, that's all it is. But the thing is, everyone seems to be struggling as to what to target when the market's going into no man's land, into all-time highs. And the simple answer is, have a look at previous moves. In this instance here, FTSE, it's a 5 minute. It's the same thing that I was pretty much showing you on the Dow Jones on the daily chart. It was quite simply this move up, consolidated, and then that same move again would have been the target. And you can see there, you know, we're quite happy to target bang on the 9160 level. Again, round number 9160 was bang in line with this previous move. So that's all it is. Yeah. So the idea is if you're trying to target something into no man's land, look for confluence. Okay, so look for psychological round numbers. This is what people like to trade to, and that comes from, like I said, general human psychology, but also previous pit traders traded to round numbers, through round numbers, and off round numbers. But then also look for confluence with other indicators. So the 100% expansion here of this previous move did the exact same move after we consolidated, then broke out to the top side here. Okay, so the idea is try and have a calculated target. Don't make it a monetary target. Don't make it a pin the tail on the donkey kind of target. I don't know if you have that game in the US, but the idea is make it calculated. I think you probably have something similar. I think something that might be more relevant to you guys then, in terms of the actual market. If I was looking here, no. It was this one. I'll find it here. This was it, yeah. So the Dow Jones. Okay, so Dow Jones, we're in a 4-hour chart, and some price patterns are more relevant in certain time frames. And I don't know, some of you may or may not have heard of this price pattern. It's 4 hours this, so I'm going to put it in my 4-hour color, which is green. So let me just do that first. Cool. So something like that. So there's a price pattern here. Again, people wondering what should we target in this instance. The way this price pattern works, should it come to fruition, it's called a cup and handle. Has anybody heard of this, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anybody heard of a cup and handle? I mean, the thing is, you don't see them very often, but generally you see them in larger time frames. They take a little bit more time for them to work, because generally longer term funds and higher time frame analysts are the ones that are utilizing them. But it's just quite simply something like this. So if I draw this coming down here, you want the market to fail at a level, come back down, hit that level again, fail, that's your cup. You then want it to come off a little bit, that's your handle, and then you've got a little teacup and a handle. Okay, and this is the cup and handle price pattern.
Very
idea is
British pattern.
It gets even more British, because the MPO, the minimum price objective of this pattern, so the target, every pattern has something called an MPO. That's your minimum price objective, and that's a target that's essentially determined from the price pattern's rule itself. I'll be doing a session on price patterns actually at some point. The MPO for this very price pattern is actually the depth of the cup. Okay, so you take this depth of the cup, put my price patterns in gold, yellow, into there. Okay, so you take this distance, you then copy it and pop it onto the breakout. And the way you're meant to trade this, okay, is you simply enter on breakthrough here. It's 4 hours, so you might want to put use a time filter, so wait for the candle to close on a 4-hour chart, usually a better option, and you target something like that. Okay, now the idea is again, remember, we want to try and use the MPO in line or near around a round number. And I think it's quite clear and obvious what round number is in close vicinity to this MPO, and that's 46,000. So if I was being an analyst, and I've been an analyst for these sorts of time frames, and what we'd ask is, and what we'd do is we'd put together a report. It's a bit more depth than what I'm doing here, but we'll put together a report and we'd say, right, should Dow Jones close above this very relevant 45 level that we're kind of flirting with here? Should we get a 4-hour close through there? Then you have the ability to then go long up to this kind of region here. So rather than target the MPO, rather than target the level, again, we trim the fat, target within it. And that's the sort of thing. So it hasn't done it yet at the moment. It's still flirting with it. But that could be the handle. The MPO is essentially the biscuit that you've dunked into your cup of tea. And you project that from the breakout. And this is a way in which we can try to, I mean, clearly, I'm not entirely sure. Let's just check and see if we can add one more piece of confluence. I haven't done this analysis yet. So let's just see this move up. Yep. So that was the initial charge up to the level that we failed at. We failed again. Let's project that from the higher low. And if we get this bang in line, abracadabra. And look at that. Okay, so that was that simple move up, that exact same move up. I'm going to put it in the thick line. That move up here projected from the pullback, which is exactly what we spoke about doing in the Dow Jones before on the daily chart. And we've all of a sudden now got 3 reasons for targeting just below the 46,000 level on the Dow Jones. Now, on our time frames, on your time frame, that's going to be tricky because there's going to be pullbacks. So in the 1 minute and 5 minute charts, you're not going to be able to enter here and hold this the whole way. Of course, you're not. That's ridiculous. But the idea is we have some sort of idea of where we expect the next major pullback on the Dow Jones in a mid, I'd say mid for you guys long-term outlook, because realistically, if we're looking for this market to make its way up here, we're looking at here to here, here to here. What we're saying, 1 week. Yeah, so 1 week, if this moves how technically it should, and maybe it could also, given some more positive news coming out of the White House, and maybe with regards to US Fed, then we can probably expect to be around about there this time next week, or towards the end of the day next week, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, but this sort of information can help us when we're on any time frame, because like I said, this same kind of analysis, I did exactly the same thing this morning on the FTSE on the 5 minute chart. Yeah. So the same sort of analysis was done on the FTSE this morning. It wasn't a price pattern. I didn't get a price pattern, but I got a big bullish move. I got a consolidation. I got an open here. We then broke through, and that same move copied from the higher low was met, and it was also met here in line with the 9160 level, so slightly round number. So these are things that you can do when you've surpassed an all-time high, or indeed all-time lows if you're trading certain markets. There are of course all-time lows being hit in certain markets as well. So generally stock markets looking at all-time highs, and that's kind of how you add weight of evidence to a target. Well, it is how you add weight of evidence to a target when trying to target into the all-time highs. Yep. Am I Indian? No. That's the first question I read. Coach Tank, are you Indian? My parents are Sri Lankan. Okay. I was born and raised in London.
Well, that's why I asked, what possible difference does that make?
It's okay. Maybe, I mean, India playing cricket at the moment, maybe had a cricket question.
Okay, all right.
But Yeah. But I hope that made a bit of sense. I mean, this is the sort of thing. I mean, tracking in all-time high regions is very, very difficult. And just imagine if you're a fund, just imagine if you're an analyst at a bank or a fund, you need to give weight of evidence as to why, as a technical analyst, you believe this market should go there. And I can't, as an analyst, I couldn't just say, oh, because I think it might. You have to give a technical reason as to why it might go there. You have to then write a report as to the evidence that you found for it to go there. It will then be brought together with a fundamental outlook or an economic report that also suggests, okay, if this and this happens, then we expect the Dow Jones to end up here. You marry those two, and then you build your evidence for sort of going to your managers and saying, right, in that case, I think we should put maybe 20, 30 million in the Dow Jones, because should this happen, we expect it to go there. That's pretty much kind of how it works. Okay. Yeah, but again, are you still long now at the moment? Sorry, Jamie.
Yes, I am still in this long, guys. I did move my stop to 70.25. I really want these 400, so just holding on.
Do you want to go to your screen just to show where you moved your stop loss? I think that's
sure.
Tough crowd today.
Sure, yeah.
I saw Tyler trailed a stop loss this morning just before the open, didn't he?
Yeah.
He trailed his stop loss. A spike came, it kind of went up. So good in trade management in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Drew, I don't know if you have my charts here, but yeah, I mean, still in this trade, guys, nothing to really announce here, but just trailing my stop. Entry was at 36 down here. Quite the battle that we were getting, though. Not gonna lie, I had a pretty deep stop loss, but really nothing like too bad in terms of a drawdown. I mean, I had a 12-point or 14-point drawdown at one point, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, quite the move. I did take that one profit off at VWAP when we hit VWAP here at 355. So I did take one off. I'm only in one contract thus far. I am making back my loss on the previous dumb trade that I took. So that's a win, of course, in its own. But yeah, just holding my stop here. So we'll see if we get more juice. I think ES has some room, a lot of room. I mean, ES really was the one I fumbled today. I'm not going to lie. But if we get another leg up, I think ES has some room up to the 424 to 428 area. So we'll see. We'll just hold on to this.
Have you got a time when you want to cut this out?
I don't. I think this is just going to be one of those trades that stops me out at this point, because, I'm going to let this run and be patient with it. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out, and that's the trade. So not really setting.
But you're going to have to sort of follow it up its backside kind of thing. You're going to have to trail your stop, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, essentially, I'm hoping. I mean, if we get above like the 90s, then I'll move it to about 80. But once we start getting some reaction, if we get a reaction at the 400 level, then I'll probably just take the whole thing off at that point.
Cool.
But yeah, appreciate you, Coach Tank. So you have a mastermind to get to in what time is it? I don't even know what time I
think in an hour, right?
In an hour? Yeah. Okay.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. 12 midday EST.
Yeah, it's about an hour from now, a little under
50 minutes.
Midday EST. Yeah. So I guess I'm just having a look at your ES at the moment. I'm just trying to do exactly kind of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And
let's see what those levels pull up as.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you pop my screen back on just to have a quick look? So it's a similar sort of thing that I did. It's a similar sort of thing that I did with the FTSE, for instance. Yeah, but we're in a 15-minute at the moment. But the idea was this was the original move up. Okay, the market then consolidated. We went sideways, and that was the lowest point of that consolidation. So just here, and all I did was I copied this line, this charge up. You can clearly see that was the little level of resistance that was created. So here. Popped its head through and then went straight through. And the idea is we're trying to find some sort of confluence level that might be a fair target. And I mean, for me, we've got this extension going all the way up to here. We've also got, I've put the pivot points on, guys. If you don't know what pivot points are, please Google Google them, have a little look, have a little listen, have a little study of pivot points. It was something that a lot of intraday traders used to do back in the day, and it's kind of crept its way. And a lot of indicators find their way into fashion and out of fashion. And what you need to do is always keep testing as to their relevance. Okay, so sometimes there'll be months, there'll be probably maybe even quarters where pivot points aren't in play and then they're in play, but you need to keep testing these things. Don't use anything if you don't have any evidence to use it. So test it and work out whether it works or not based on your testing. So here, for instance, I think is the confluence point. So just as an example, if you are looking to take this for a while, we can see here that move projected from this low in line with that pivot point. And I think for me, more importantly, it's also round about that 450 level. So you've got a nice round number in 450. It is the most round of all the round numbers around here, apart from 400. So 400 to 450, in line with our pivot point, in line with our expansion. So if you're thinking of holding this for a while, I think it may be fair game. Yeah. The only thing is you've got to look at the time component now, because if we realistically think about this making its way across here to here, here to here, here to here, actually, yeah, we're looking at 8 p.m. my end, which is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. your end, something like that. Yep, towards the end of your daily close. Yeah, so 4 p.m. your end is a potential ETA for this target. So I'd say you now have extra reason to just hold it and manage it with a trailing stop all the way up, something like that. Yeah, which I think you're going to do, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. That's
just
what it
hold
is.
on to it. I love what you said too, because like, I mean, I joke, I'm partly joking when I say things like, I don't like to be in a trade longer than 10 minutes. It's usually that I like the quick momentum trades, and more often than not, those tend to last me about 10 minutes. But I mean, I've been in this trade, guys, for way longer than 10 minutes. So, I prefer these sort of trades. If we can just get a nice trend day where every pullback is just a buyable move, then I would much rather stay in a trade for hours if it's just, moving in my favor. So,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, one of my colleagues, he was a 1 minute DAX trader. He used to trade on the 1 minute candles, but he used to look to hold something for maybe 8 to 10 to 12 minutes. And one day he held it for 5.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
On a 1 minute he made like 47% of his fund.
That's insane. Yeah,
by just holding it the whole day, DAX, and it just behaved itself. It just gave him new higher lows. He trailed a stop loss behind the pullback. It then broke a new higher high, trailed his stop loss, and he did that on the 1 minute chart for over 5 hours and throughout his day, and made 47% of his fund.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's to be patient. That is for sure. So,
yeah. And that's it, really. I mean, so. Go on.
I just need I need NQ to not be so naughty. So that would be ideal.
That's the thing, though. I mean, they have slightly different. Like you can see here, this has failed to break that high that we've actually bought through already, and it's just because the main drivers are different, guys. I think if you're going to be looking at the Dow Jones, looking at the NQ, looking at Nasdaq, looking at the S&P, it's worth understanding what the main movers are within those indexes. So understand, that basically NQ is driven by 4 companies pretty much. It's pretty much a big 4 in the NQ. It's pretty much a big 6 in the Dow Jones, pretty much a big 10 in the S&P. So have a look and see how weighted things are towards these companies, because that will help you understand how long these moves are going to go for, and understand how, why the Nasdaq has not made the highs that ES has made, for instance, that the S&P has made. And it's just to do with the constituents within them and the weighting and the relevance of the constituents. So very easy to do. I think anyone can do that. Just Google it, find out what the components of each of these indexes are, find out their relevant weightings, because you hear news about them all the time. Okay, just turn Bloomberg TV on, turn CNBC on, any of these. They'll say Tesla this, they'll say Alphabet that, they'll say Microsoft this. They'll talk about General Electric as General Electric. They'll talk about General Motors, for instance. General Motors not on the Nasdaq, but very, very relevant if you're looking at the Dow Jones. So when you hear about a bit of information with these companies, you'll need to know which index it's going to affect the most and in what way. Because sometimes it'll affect it not at all. Sometimes it'll affect it catastrophically. So if you're going to trade indices, I'd always say understand what the main components are, the main drivers within them are, company-wise, because keep your ear to the ground. You hear so much information from these companies, and that should give you an inclination as to fundamentally where you think these markets should go, bullish, bearish. You're trailing this in the 1 minute, I assume, Miriam.
Yes, I am. I am trailing on the 1 minute. I have my stop at 74 now, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get. Definitely the more longer of the trades that I've taken on the stream here, but willing to hold on to this. Willing to hold on. The stop that I have here is the open for the day for Nasdaq, so that's kind of where I'm looking to hold this. Hopefully bulls will continue this through 400, but in case they don't, it's okay. We're protected. I definitely made back my losses for the day, so that's always good.
Miriam, I have some bad news. We might gonna do a marble race soon, so.
I know, I heard.
Yeah,
I heard.
I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump out for this marble race.
He's like, I don't need to be liable for any sort of psychology talk here.
Tank's like, I have a brand. I can't be on camera with a marble race, for fuck's sake.
I'll never forget Nick's quote, "I wish I was a marble." I remember that, my first ever stream. I wish I was a marble. That's what he said. Yeah. I'll let you guys go because I've got to do some testing in the Discord channel now.
Oh, perfect.
But I mean, I hope I didn't put too many people to sleep there, but it is important that you understand if you're going to be trading into no man's land, into areas of a market where the market hasn't been, you need to try and justify your targets. And the way you justify your targets based on technical levels. And guys, it tends to work. You saw those examples I showed you, they worked. And they worked because other analysts, other big money analysts, not people like us, we don't move markets, we don't turn markets, but institutional analysts would be using the exact same methodology technically to target into no man's land. They'll be using a combination of technical indicators. It will be married with a fundamental economic outlook from their economists. And that's how they'll tend to target into no man's land. So it will make sense if we kind of use the same techniques, and the same techniques are looking for confluence through multitude of indicators, psychological round numbers, pivot points, intraday pivot. Use daily pivot points for your intraday trading, of course. Price pattern targets. We looked at the cup and handle. We're looking at towards the end of next week to see if that actually comes to fruition, and check it as well. There's no point analyzing it. We just analyzed that potential cup and handle price pattern. But my point is, don't just do it and do nothing about it. Actually, we'll come back and we'll check it. Okay, so this was our cup and handle in Dow Jones. Now we need to come and check it, otherwise we've learned nothing. Yeah. So if you do something like that, write it down, put it on a post-it note, say check it next week, and we'll come and check this next week. Because obviously I'm going to clear up this analysis by next week. So put it on a post-it note, and we'll check it next week. And then we can work out. Of course, the last thing to put into that would be your fib expansion, which is exactly what this is. This is the 100% fib expansion. Original move, pulled back from the low, target here, in line with a technical psychological round number, in line just through that pivot point, for instance. So worth checking out, team. Have a look. Okay, have a look. But I'm going to jump out here. You guys got a marble race to do.
All right.
Well,
guys, thank you.
On Discord.
Tank, thank you so much for being with us. Again, he's with us every Tuesday and Thursday. Head on over to Discord in about 45 minutes and check out the first of the masterclass. Thanks again, Tank.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Take care.
Tank. Have a good one.
Ta-da. Bye.
All right, let's go right into a marble race here. Sorry, Miriam.
I have my stop at the open, so.
Okay, cool. We gotta dump this. I hope background Nick is ready to take a short here. So
Nick isn't along.
I know, but house account has to go short. That's the rule. All right. So as usual, guys, in order to participate in the marble race, you have to like the stream, you have to subscribe to the channel, and you have to, once I drop the keyword, you only type it once in the chat, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you are going to get disqualified if you do. So, yeah, wait a second. Background Nick, house is already up. I don't want to lose. Dude, you know why it's up, right? Huh? You know why? Huh? Okay, cool.
We need to wait for all-time high.
I feel like we should
marble
bring
race.
him on right now and just let the two of them argue.
Okay, so the marble race giveaway keyword is to the moon. To the moon, one word. Type it in the
To
chat.
the moon, the opposite of what you want marbles to do.
That is reverse psychology, huh?
Nick's sending
There we go.
mixed messages right now.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology.
It's nice that the 9 EMA on the 5-minute is in line perfectly with the open. So this is what I mean, guys, by like I had my stop, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I had it set right at this bottom tick at 74 even, but I told you guys I don't like even numbers when I have my stop, so I actually moved it to 73.50, and I think I would have literally gotten stopped out if I kept it there. So nice push up that we're getting here. Let's see if we can clear 400 now. Before the marbles drop, hopefully.
We'll see. As soon as we have the first 300, Drew's gonna pull it up. Also, I really don't want to jinx it, but since I rebooted my computer, I was not kicked once from the stream.
Oh my goodness, you had to put that out
You
in the
just
universe.
had to say it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Couldn't
it
just
would-
sit
it
back
would-
and enjoy it. No, you
it
got
would
to
have
put that
been
out.
very funny if I was booted right away.
I think that'd be just absolutely hilarious.
Oh, that would have been great. Let's see. Who believes the marble race indicator is gonna work on this one?
I don't. It's not going to.
Ooh, fire her.
Rude. I'm trying to make money here, okay?
Yeah, me too. That's why marbles.
Oh, let's go. ES getting some buying coming in here. See, NQ has to clear the 90s and then 400 on deck.
Mm-hmm. No, Nick, this is not a game of choice, man. It happens when it happens. You can't just wait for an all-time high and then short. It's not how this works.
Nick's
So,
taking
Drew.
a little perverse pleasure at all this, I think.
So, Drew, whenever you're ready, there we go. All right. You know what? I'll just mark it on my chart because I know Nick is in the long and he's not going to take it. So, drop the marbles.
What is this? Like vortex of DNA?
Well, it ain't Satan's anus, that's for sure.
Oh, there's that guy. Yeah,
So that's Minecraft.
it's not Barney's butthole. What is someone? I think that's what someone called it yesterday.
It'd be very purple, yeah.
By the way, guys, I didn't even mention that. That's how fast we started this race. But first place gets a 150k advance account. Second place gets a 100k advance account. And third place gets a 50k advance account.
Awesome. Oh, Stairs of Doom.
That's actually pretty cool, though.
That is really cool.
Hey, Warren Buffett in the lead again. What?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, marble race indicator is not Looking too hot for that
Because
one.
it's because me and Lil Nick are in a freaking long. I had to tell you. Don't get your shorts ready when we're long.
Well, it's not over yet, Miriam. It's not over yet.
It's true.
See what's
I
happening.
They
say
can't
that and
take
we're
out
jumping.
400, and if they can't take 400 out now, though, they're gonna have to pull it way back.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're in profit right now. Entry was at 88. Just saying.
Yeah, we really like topped right into that 400 area. I'm gonna move my
All
stop
right.
to-
Hey, marble race was profitable. Indicator. Three points. 3 points profit on the marble race indicator. I tell you, this shit works. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So-
I moved my stop here to 78. So if I get stopped out on this, that's fine. But I don't like that we made the move up to 400 and tapped it. So right now my stop is just below the 9. Actually, I think that's a 21 EMA on the 1 minute. But I'm okay with that.
All right, let me announce the winners really quick. Sniper TRD, you get a 150k advanced account. Congrats. Then Madeline Tice, you get a 100k advanced account. Congrats. And Snipe Letters, you get a 50k advanced account. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick, guys, so we see you're there. And also add your email addresses to your YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your codes.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Never doubt the marble race indicator.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they need to go get 400 on this 5-minute candle or very quickly in the next one, or they're going to pull back again.
Yeah.
Not that it's huge liquidity sitting up there, but 400 and 412 has about 150 orders combined, and yet again we get up to liquidity and then we run away from it. So that's kind of been a theme today. It's not so reliable that you can lead it to a play, but it's you get to 395, big order sitting at 400. 9 times out of 10, that's going to at least go test it or take it out. And we can't seem to do that today.
Yeah,
Both
ES also
losing
getting a nice.
control up here.
Yes, also getting a little bit of a pullback here on the 5-minute as well. So we right into that 415 area. I do think that ES still has some room up to the upside. As long as we hold like 408 on ES, I think we got room. I really probably should have kept my stop where it was because it's more likely that I'll get stopped out here. But you know what? It's okay. I think, this trade right now is just not really playing out as I want it to. We cannot take out that 400 area. So I'm okay with a 20-point potential pullback here. We get it.
Yes, is pulling back pretty hard right now. But on NQ, we're also rejecting that opening range high.
Yeah, exactly. Opening range high is also the key area that we're looking at here that we keep projecting. So probably get stopped out on this candle. I just got stopped out.
That was a long trade, Miriam.
Yeah. It
But
was
congrats.
a very long trade.
Well, congrats. Very nice.
All right.
You were in this for more than an hour.
Was it?
Yeah, an
Felt
hour and
like
10 minutes.
5 days. Let's see if they actually hold the open though, because that would have probably been the area to keep my stop. But if they continue driving lower here, I think yeah, it's not gonna be great. Yeah, let's look at trading view here. This is essentially where I had my stop originally, right there, right at the opening candle here. Did make back my loss on the previous trade though, so that is always great.
Nice. Well, the 9 EMA on the 5-minute NQ chart is still holding.
Yeah, I probably got bottom wicked on that, but fuck it, whatever.
Well, it was still a good trade though.
Yeah.
And after an hour and 10 minutes, it was time to.
You're like, all right, we're over it. I was not gonna lie, I was kind of over it too. At some point, I'm like, all right, we either make these highs or I'm just gonna get stopped out at this point. Yeah, still rejecting the 9 here, on the 1 minute that is, but bulls are still relentless. It feels like.
Yeah,
Kind of an ugly 5-minute chart though.
The
Yeah, the
5-minute is
5-minute chart
really
is
ugly.
hideous right now.
Yeah. Yeah, multiple rejections, not just 400, but the opening range high. Definitely mark 400 on your charts, guys. This is going to be a level that will be in play, if not today, definitely the rest of the week. Well, we only have Friday, but you know what I mean.
Well, that is the rest of the week. So.
Yeah, bulls don't want to let up this open. I think if ES holding this 410 is going to be probably just another pullback to make new highs. Man, ES was the one I fumbled today, that's for sure. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm just like, damn, that was the move. The thing about what's nice about ES is like, at least for me, what I like is, you know, having a couple point stops on ES with like a 10-point target. I think if you have a 10-point target on ES, that's a pretty clean trade in my opinion, with like a 2-3 point stop. You know, and we are getting the break of the open here, so I guess that was a good exit on my end. But let's see if we can at least hold a VWAP on NASDAQ. 363 would be that level. Ooh, some selling pressure coming in though. But yeah, I think you know, ES is just it's going to be the longer one, the longer hold, but you know, you can get a 10-point plus move with like a couple point stop loss. That's a pretty good trade. And those happen pretty often.
The ES was very, very strong today compared to NQ. I mean,
Yeah.
we did get the first part of the move on NQ that we talked about in the market wake up. We got the move down to the previous week high. We got the push up, which was Merrim's long, but I was just expecting it to take all-time highs. I mean, day is not over yet, but.
Well, but again, you know, we had those first 4 or 5 candles sort of up and down, bouncing around. Really nice run when we finally broke above the -1 standard deviation and about on that 1035 candle up to +1 standard deviation. But really take that out, and it's been. I mean, chop is generous for like, you know, to say what we're getting, and we're breaking a little below the range now, but basically from about 75 to 95 has been our range for going on a half hour now. So again, this is like what we saw yesterday. The markets, well, I'm going to keep talking because now we're breaking out. But you know, the markets just can't, there's almost no follow through and very little conviction. So again, it feels like the market is waiting for something. What that is it waiting for something? Maybe, maybe not. What is it waiting for? Who the hell knows? But this is just that price action where the big boys have not taken a major move today. You can tell that just by the price action, the orders, and the ways we're running away from liquidity. Again, that has been a pretty good constant. It seems like wherever the big liquidity is on the board, the market makers are taking price action away from that, which again tells us that at least big boy liquidity is just not available today, at least not yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone asked about why it took that long to begin with. You know, going back to my charts here, really, I entered that trade a lot later than I wanted to. I was really kind of honestly hesitant to even take a long on the NASDAQ. This wasn't honestly my favorite trade, even though I did come out with a profit here. But, you know, like I said, you can have a profitable day, but not a trade that you necessarily liked or loved. This was not a trade I loved in terms of my entry. In terms of the setup, I did like it. The reason I like the setup is because we came down. You guys can see this green area is my demand zone on the NASDAQ. We tapped right into it on this 10 a.m. candle, 10 candle. And then the next candle opened above that with a nice like tweezer looking setup here. Okay, this is a bullish pattern for me. The fact that we got back up above this, what is that? I think that's pre-market low here. Okay, this pre-market low sitting at 27. That would have been my ideal entry. I think Lil Nicky got a nice trade on that setup there at 27. But this would have been my ideal entry. Now I did wait for a little bit more confirmation. As you guys can see, the opening range was also what I was looking at. I did unfortunately enter this trade right at the top here at this 36, right where this wick came in. And for me, I was kind of talking to you guys through the trade. I was like, you know what? I don't want to see this reject this 9 EMA here and then completely come back down and break the lows, which is why I had my stop sitting at the lows. It was a pretty big stop loss. That would have been my last trade of the day. But in terms of the move up, we obviously got, once we got the push above the 42s, we got this nice strong candle come in here. And then I took my first take profit at VWAP right here. You guys can see we had a little bit of a rejection and then we found a continuation above that. So I was, like I said, I was shooting for these highs, which we did we tried to tap into it. But again, I kept just trailing my stop. And I think at that point, you just have to manage your trade and really look at the price action and see, all right, why would I enter a short here if I am long? Why would I stay in this long? And why would shorts be completely bought up in this case? So, for me, it's just looking at both angles and deciding, all right, what do I want to do here? I could have taken my profit here at this 400, though I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take my loss at this. If we break this opening range here, or I'm sorry, this open for the day, then I'm gonna get out of this, which we did. We are breaking now. I think ES right now holding this 410. It's holding on by a thread, but I think if we continue further, you can look at the 407s and then possibly right to VWAP sitting here at 404, and then we might continue back up. But then I think if we start finding more resistance, create a lower high here, we could potentially have another bigger short for the rest of the day. So that's just kind of my analysis for what we're seeing for the rest of the day. But yeah, let's see what happens. I hope that helped.
Let's see. Price is not doing much right now.
Very wicky here at the open on NQ though. Wiki.
I think we're getting that VWAP retest now. Yes, it's coming back down to looking like previous day high, but let's see.
Let us see.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was, I can't get over how clean that was on ES. I literally even said it. I was like, if we come down to this 396 area, I will look for a long. Take Snapback instead.
Nobody does a better Barry impression than Barry.
We should
I don't know what my resistance to trading ES is. Like, I really don't. It's not like I have anything against ES. It's just, I mean, I guess Tyler's right. I am just loyal to NASDAQ. I think we see 407 here on ES pretty soon. Potentially 404.
NQ might even go further down, like to the 50s. Potentially.
Yeah, we need a tweet or something.
Yeah.
Matt, tweet something. Maybe it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an interesting day. But again, kind of the same thing that I mentioned, guys. Like whenever we're in a range like this, from the previous day, I'll zoom out here so you guys can see the 1 hour. But this is we're nowhere near. I mean, on NASDAQ, we didn't get anywhere near the previous day's lows. We did kind of come to about, I mean, you could really stretch this, but about 50% of that move that we got yesterday. I would say that's closer to like the 280s. But you know, we just look at this 1 hour candle. I mean, nice wick of this 1 hour, or for not even 1 hour, it's a 45-minute demand zone that we got here. Yeah, it just really held it well. This was one of those trades where, you know, we held like the 300 level. Unfortunately, I got sucked into taking a short here, which was a horrible trade in my opinion. But you know, we made a nice wick up, and now I would expect if we hold, I think at minimum, if we hold NASDAQ's like 360, call it 350. 350 to 360. I think NQ could make another run up at 400. But if we reject it again, I think we make another run down to these lows.
Could very well be.
Yeah, NQ is really trying to hold these bids at 370. Really trying.
70 is an important level.
But it is helpful if we do hold. Yeah, if we do hold this level, it is helpful. I think we might take another run up.
Especially because we also have VWAP right below to support that.
Oh man, what a day so far.
Good day.
Yeah, it's a good thing we had a couple of guests today because, like I said, other than about a 15-minute period after the opening hour, it's just no conviction in the price action.
Well, we can't complain. The last couple of days were great to trade.
Oh, I think yesterday was some shit, but whatever.
Yeah, well, my P&L was shit, but there was still some moves.
Mr. Delusional, I'm glad that brought a laugh. Yeah, that short was just not my best.
We have had a great week of guests, and we've got a Moss coming tomorrow. So for those that are, we've always gotten really good response when he's on the show. So he will be with us on Friday, which is tomorrow. Thank goodness. Yeah, it's been. I would say it's. Right as we stand here right now, I wouldn't say I've had a good week. Wouldn't say I've had a bad week. It's just kind of a week. There's been less opportunities, at least for the stuff that I like to do on a week like this week. But I don't know. We'll see. It's. Yeah.
Been a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah. Hey, so Nick, can we get a poll up in the chat here to see how everybody's doing? Green, red, flat. Zebra.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I hope everybody's eating as usual. I mean, TTV chat is literally always green. That's crazy. Majority of TTV chat is green. So green, red, eating Panda Express right now. Come on.
Yikes.
Oh, I wish.
I can't even. I'll probably throw up thinking about it.
Green with brown underwear. Okay. Tesla is down almost 10%. Is that so?
Is that right? Let's look.
Is that right? Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, yikes. They just came out with earnings too.
Where's Tessie going?
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. I was looking at my chart. Drew, if you can pull this up really quick. This is kind of funny. So I was looking at the Tesla chart here. And I was like, what do you mean it's down? Then I go down and I'm like, oh, okay. Whoopsies.
Yeah, you have to scroll.
You really have to scroll.
Scroll a little bit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, James, big shout out to the behind the scenes team. Agreed. Like, we started last week of May, approximately. I think it was before the last full week of May. And we were prepping for probably 6 weeks before that for launch from the time we got brought on. And I know the behind the scenes team had been prepping for weeks before that. Right. And I think the idea for Tradeify to do its own stream started like December or January. So this has been, I've really, if you've never been a part of something like this behind the scenes, it's hard to appreciate how much work has gone into it. You guys are acknowledging it, which is outstanding. But an even bigger props to that behind the scenes team from the idea to the generation to the hiring to every bit of it. Like, we were the last three basically to come on with the project, and the amount of stuff that was already done was outstanding. And again, they've spared no expense with a lot of this. They flew the three of us to Miami like within a week of us being hired to do photo shoots, and I've honestly just to do a little team building and team bonding too, which was really helpful. Just sitting around a table with the team and talking for a little while was great. But you have two options with something like this. You can do what we've done, which is put a lot of work in behind the scenes, build it up, really focus on the product, or you can just buy viewers.
That's fucking great. Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah. I'm just saying, if I always expect our stream to fluctuate a couple hundred viewers here or there. If your total viewers fluctuate like 3 times your total stream within a 15-minute rate, I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Yes, I second that. I don't think the YouTube
and I just want to be very clear, because
like
I don't want
that.
people to put any words in my mouth. I'm absolutely not talking about the #1 stream in this space. So just saying.
Yeah.
But check back in a year, we'll be the #1 stream in this space.
Hey.
Clip that.
Goddamn right, clip that.
Wow, those bids really held on NQ at the 70s. Just a nasty looking 5-minute candle. Yeah, these are not cute. I don't like what NQ is doing right now.
Damn right, Bowless. If we're not having a little fun on this stream, what are we even doing, right?
And Q is trying to hold and still push back to the 400s.
Oh yeah, I think Trump is talking later as well.
Or not.
Is
Never
there a
mind.
press conference later?
I think I saw it in the chat or someone mentioned it. But I think it might be actually after the market closes. I'm not quite sure.
Anybody want to take a guess if he's going to take a shot at South Park?
South Park.
Why South Park?
They had an episode last night.
Oh, did they?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that'll be fun. I'll watch that for sure. Right after the stream.
I mean, listen, I haven't watched a lot of South Park in years. I was in high school when it came out, and of course, it was new and edgy and all that stuff. But yeah, it was. I'll be honest, I just, especially since they've gone to mostly their streaming stuff, I just haven't watched a lot of it. And that I generally love stupid humor, but as you get a little older and you kind of grow out of some of that. But I just saw it exploding on Twitter last night, and I was like, I gotta go at least go check this out. And I will say this, and you can talk about the quality of a show. It's been on 20, 30 plus years, and it goes, any show like that's going to go up and down and all that. But I will say this for them: they don't spare anybody. There is not a group or a person they haven't gone after.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, they were. I'm surprised they haven't been canceled a long time ago.
They are very savvy, and in fact, they did this on. Obviously, Paramount has had some controversy with the president trying to get a merger approved, and obviously they got rid of what was his name, Colbert, the other day, and it's easy to point fingers, say this is related to it doesn't, again, it doesn't really matter for us, but they just got a $1.5 billion deal to do 5 more seasons of South Park, announced yesterday.
Wow.
Or 2 days ago, and then they dropped that episode last night. So
YOLO.
Yeah,
They really come in hot with those.
they do, and like I said, they've gone after everybody. Doesn't matter, old, young, left, right, various groups. Really, they go after everybody.
Yeah. No one's
I'm not
safe.
saying it always lands or it's always funny, but they have gone after everybody.
Can we get them to go after Tradeify TV? That would give us some clout,
It's funny, as much as we go back and forth, I don't think we're nearly famous and or controversial enough for them to come to us.
Well, we could be.
You would just be drawn as a marble. That's all what you would be.
Yeah, a marble with a white
Rolling
tee.
around in the background like wee, wee. Well, just a white marble then, Matt.
Oh Lord. Calling South Park right now.
Oh, South Park would have a blast in our space, though. They really would. If like
1000%.
the whole. I don't just mean prop firm. I mean just like the financial space and like education and information and entertainment side of things. Like they could just have a blast. That like 90% of people wouldn't get the references.
Right.
Like, can you imagine what South Park would do to Jim Cramer?
Yo, I'm actually shocked that they haven't already.
Yeah, again, is important. I mean, we forget, guys. Like, as important as all this stuff is to us, like the majority of people just working their jobs. They got their 401ks or their IRAs or whatever. You know, most people come into this space to kind of break out of that 9 to 5. It's what I did. I know it's what you guys did as well. So. Certainly we encourage that, and there's more and more people coming into futures trading and specifically prop firms like Tradeify every single day. But it's still something that's still kind of resonating with the. I will tell you this. I tell before I moved, about once a semester I'd go in and give a guest lecture at my alma mater in the investment class. And first of all, within the first 10 minutes, I just fuck up their heads because I'd be like, "Oh, you guys had people coming from Schwab and all these places, like to tell them about investing and all that." And I'm basically like, "Screw that." Like, I tell them, I said, first of all, any of us that are 40 or younger, a lot of the programs, social security, like that stuff's not going to be there. And it doesn't matter who's present; it's not going to be there. So. You need to plan right now like it's not going to be. And so you need to take control of your financial future. You need to be managing your own investments. Don't pay somebody to lose your own money. You can do that for free. So go learn, go spend months educating yourself, go spend a year or two paper trading. I mean, most college kids are not that patient, but go do that stuff, right? Learn this. I don't care if you're 16 or 60. Now's the time. Right? What's that old saying? The best time to do something was yesterday. The second best time is now. Right? So go do that. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir with you guys here on stream, but you need to be telling people about, it's time to I don't want to count on anybody else. Right. And I'm sure you guys are mostly in agreement with me. We certainly don't want to count on any given political party or group to watch out for us. So it's on us to watch out for ourselves and our families and our loved ones and all that. And, if the economy keeps doing great for the next 50 years, great. If it goes into a recession tomorrow, great, fine. We're going to take care of our business. So, again, kudos to all of you guys that are here on a day in and day out basis to learn and to go through all this. But and we got your backs on all that. But man, it's just don't the old said, nobody's coming to save you. So you got to do it yourself.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Preach, Matt.
Preach, Matt.
Hallelujah.
I think every time you start talking, the market moves. So
Hogan's dead? Oh man, wow.
What?
Seriously? Talking about my childhood. I mean, I know he went crazy in recent years, but
wow.
Ozzy did. Yeah, Ozzy's gone.
4 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. Yep, that's the news.
R.I.P.
He was only 71.
Yeah, but you know what? And I grew up. The where I went to school was my dad worked at that university, and the one of our baseball coach at the time was I don't know who it was, but he was really good friends with somebody who was high up in WWE. So they would come and do shows at the tiny little gym in much smaller than they're used to. And so when I was growing up in the 80s, 90s, we always went to the shows. And you don't realize, especially like 80s, 90s, like wrestlers, bodybuilders, all that, like how roided out they were until you're standing next to them, right?
Yeah.
All like it's amazing how many of those people like died in their 50s and 60s. Like, Macho Man Randy said, like he literally was like 50 something, and his heart literally exploded in his chest, right? Because he'd been on steroids for 30 years.
Imagine.
So it's these guys die really, really young. You got to take care of yourself. Yeah. So it's Ozzy and then Hulk. Who's number 3? We always get these in 3, right?
Wow. Better not.
Yeah.
Better not.
Well, I hope going to a different subject here. I hope anyone who was in that long got that 400. We tapped right into it. 401 to be exact.
400 got tapped.
Actually, it wasn't even 401. It was, what was it? Yeah, 400.5. 400.
Hey, by the way, the chat is eating again today. 51% green, 25% red, 24% eating Panda Express right now. That's a lot of people eating Panda Express. Well done, guys. Very well done.
Good job, guys. Yeah. Here we are, sitting at these all-time highs. Wow, those 70s really got...
Yeah, all-time highs on ES, but not on NQ yet. NQ's all-time high sitting at 425.
Yeah, I think if we continue to hold these 70s on NQ, ES still those 410s, then I think we make another run back up. This opening range still is rejecting though.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
It looks like it's holding for now. How much is the house account up between the two marbles? I think 700. Then 30 points on the first trade and 5 points on the second.
That's hilarious.
I'm telling you, don't fade the marbles. Actually, speaking of marbles, we should do another marbles race.
Let's do it. Why the
Let's
hell
do
not?
it. But hey, let's set a goal for this one, okay? Because the other one we just did out of nowhere. So we're currently sitting at 943 likes, meaning let's get the stream to 999, okay? Can we get the stream to 999 likes? You just need to smash that like button really quick. It costs nothing except 2 seconds every time. And we're going to do another marble race for 3 free accounts. 150k advanced, 100k advanced, and a 50k advanced. Sam, was that a written impression of Arnie?
I like that. Do it. Do it now.
Do it.
Yeah, that is a disgusting horror high on NASDAQ. Ugh. Look at how many times we came into this area. That is not a good look. That is not a good look.
Notador. Hey Nick, are we ready to short that one at least? The next marble race?
Not gonna lie, I kind of do want to short this.
See?
If we get back above if we get to this 400 again, I think there's a seller still sitting there on NQ.
Looks like it.
We might even make like a look above and fail, and if we do that, oh, that's a for sure short right there.
Yep. I would actually like that. To go over 402, which is, by the way, the daily open. 402, 25, and then fail that, and then come back down. That would be a nice short.
Yeah, these rejections are just like there's a seller sitting here. There's a seller sitting here. I don't see him on book maps, but there is a seller sitting there. I see 410 as an area as well. That's the thing, like we cleared those levels, but like whenever we put in a wick above and fail of these areas, like that is not convincing that we're going to make a new all-time high. Like, yeah, we are holding these bids at 70, but I think another fail of this, like if we put in just a candle that pushes through this and then like completely gets rejected, that is bearish to me.
Yeah, and you know, you get a level like 400, which has been rejected strongly since going back to 7:30 a.m. this morning Eastern time, and you look at that, and it's like every time you run up there, on the one hand, you're going, okay, you know, I know it's a short 5-minute chart, but triple, quadruple tops, very, very rare. Let's go. And then on the other side, you're thinking, all right, you know, fool me once, twice, 3 times, whatever. And yeah, so you get into this, it's like, I can sit here, again, this is one of the warning signs, one of the red flags, guys. I can sit here and talk myself into a long right now or a short right now. And if I'm doing that, it means there's not a statistical edge. There's not something on deck here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair point.
ES really hasn't done much since it made its new all-time high here either.
No, they're just sitting around, both of them.
Oof, sellers coming in here.
They hurt marble race.
They sure did.
All right, let me refresh the like count. We're currently sitting at 964. So 35 more, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button really quick. It is free.
These sellers are really stepping in.
Smash the like button.
These 70s get cleared. Not a good look.
30 more. We need every single person here to hit that like button. $9.99.
No.
99. 999.
Oof.
There we go.
Marble race. There's the marble race, shorty short.
We're not in the marble race though, so you can't count that.
No, this is just a warm up, man.
No.
It's just a warm up, my friend.
Right to VWAP here on NQ. 65. I think this still actually has more room down to the downside. I think we get a little hold, but then I think if 80 rejects here, I think we'll continue further.
If VWAP breaks, I mean, we can definitely go to the 50s, even the 40s.
Yeah. We could even go back to my entry that I got in at the 30s.
Well,
At this point, I don't think anything's stopping if we break VWAP.
let's see.
I think ES though, ES would be the one that I'd be watching for a potential bounce, especially at the 404. So if we get down here, we haven't even touched VWAP on ES. So if we get down here to the 404, call it 404, 407 levels, then I think we could possibly get a reaction and hold here. I think NQ absolutely has to hold here. Like if we don't hold here, and then we just continue further, I don't think there's a good chance that we even see these highs again.
Yeah. Wait and see.
Up there you go. Report Trump seething over South Park mockery on eve of Skydance Paramount deal. White House lashes out at desperate season 27 premiere.
Well.
Like, forget the partisanship or forget South Park and forget, like, think about it as I don't care who you are, what you're a TV show that just got mentioned by the president of the United States. Like that, like mission accomplished, right?
You fucking made it.
Like anybody who didn't see that is now going to go watch it.
I am.
Holy Streisand effect, Batman.
I will too. All right, we're so close, guys. So close to the like goal. We want to give you free accounts. Just hit the like button really quick. Easy.
I'm not gonna lie. I am mentally tapped out, but if I wasn't, I would take the short. I would get a set order in at the 80s, and then I would look to trail that all the way down here because I really don't think Nasdaq's going to be able to hold on to this.
No, it is looking very, very nice for a short.
I don't even think we'll get the retest at this point. I mean, we're struggling at VWAP. Again, this is the line in the sand for Nasdaq. I think we can hold, call it like 63. 363 would be like my absolute line in the sand. If we clear that, I think we go lower. I'll even draw this line out so you guys can really see it.
It could be an aggressive push through VWAP as well.
That is my line in the sand.
Nice little bear flag on the 1 minute.
Let's make it. Let's make it white. Ooh. think if we do, we'll get a flush. ES really looking stronger here. 407 was held very nicely, but let's see. Here we go, clearing that level. Selling is coming in here. See if ES can hold 404. I think NQ has room to at least 42.
I think so too.
I think you can look for a possible bounce if we get down to this 40 area on NQ. Nice push down too.
45 is a pretty safe TP.
Yeah, I think if this 407 does not bid here on ES, you could see 402 real quick. But right now we're still technically holding this level, which is why, you know, NASDAQ coming down right below this 62 area. I mean, we just tapped down to like 57. But a ES is the one that's going to be really holding here.
I mean, it's gotta go up a little bit so we can short it for the marbles. 991 likes. Come on, guys. 8 more of you need to click that like button really quick. Very easy to do.
Hmm.
996. 3 more.
You just had to make it 99, didn't you?
Yeah, of course.
This looks like it wants more room to the downside on NASDAQ. Right to its 9 EMA on the 1 minute. God, those levels, Nick, I swear.
Yeah.
That indicator some days is just
But the 9 EMA and the 1 minute, I figured, at least for my taste, only works when it's a really aggressive move to the downside.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the 5 is much better.
Here we go. Do it.
Do
Dump
it now. Get down.
I think if we clear the 50s, we'll get a nice flush here. I think if we clear 50, nice flush to 40, I think. And then we might see a bid at that area. This is what I'm looking at. I think if we get a nice flush below 350 here, we'll see some traction and then possible bid at the 40s. Let's see. Right now, 72 is holding as resistance here on book maps. ES trying its hardest to hold this 407. Nice orders stacked up here between 405 on ES, right where basically where VWAP is sitting, 405 to 403 here. So if we get this, then we'll do it.
We got to get the marbles going now. So, guys, rules are simple. You have to like the stream, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and once I drop the keyword, only type it once, otherwise you will get disqualified. All right, the keyword is obviously marble dump, one word. Good luck, everybody.
I would expect now 66, call it 67 to hold as resistance here on NQ. Especially if ES cannot hold VWAP here at 405. Really trying to hold on to this 405 on ES, but these sellers,
it's fighting. I think if we go below that 56 level on NQ, like we really see 45 fast, very fast.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like we'll get like a push, a nice tractional move, and then let's see. Let's go back to NQ here. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for like a nice like fill of these bids and then just completely flush through it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're holding. We're holding.
Still holding, yeah. This is mid price of the day, by the way.
I expect a possible reaction here on NQ.
All right. Do we have the marbles ready? Yes. Okay, great. Drew, pull it up. And let's drop the marbles in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, this is looking a little more like Satan's anus right here.
All right, Nick, are we short? What's our entry? No financial advice.
Actually,
guys.
this would have been a nice entry. I'm not going to lie. At the 66s.
Okay, that was a very short race. It's already done.
Yeah.
That was another winner. Another winner.
I'm
Winner.
dead. I cannot.
For
with these
a
guys.
good old marble race indicator. Let's go. 100% win rate. No
I
financial advice.
cannot.
All right.
Watch the 50s.
150K advance account goes to USA. Congrats.
Eh?
Hey,
One of our OG
USA.
viewers.
That's
Then we have.
that's a
Polsky.
second win, I think, for USA.
Yeah, I think so. Polsky Trader gets the 100K advance account, and Omni Perspective gets the 50K advance account. Congrats, everybody. And, I mean, I know it's not financial advice, but at this point, I mean, you know, it's like, is it a coincidence if it works 6 times in a row? Is it?
That's actually wild.
You,
Is it?
you know what that would make a perfect discussion for?
What?
The market wrap up.
Hey,
That was the cue there.
Drew
Drew
wasn't
didn't
ready.
get that.
Drew.
All right, guys. So we're going to have a quick market wrap up here because we're going to let you guys get over to Tank Session, which is, I guess, just revving up in Discord. Again, Tradeify.co, Discord, join Discord link at the very top of the page. And that will take you over there. We want to be respectful of Tank's time, so we're gonna send you guys over there. Interesting day today, guys. Not a whole lot of action. We caught a couple of wins. Markets again kind of feel like they're in wait and see mode. So with that in mind, the market wrap up is going to be brief today. Again, Tank is doing his first masterclass. I want to go watch it, and I know you guys do want to do too. So we're gonna do a quick goodbye here, and then we're gonna send it over there. So again, that's on Discord. It's not on YouTube. It is on Discord. So guys, thanks for watching another edition of Tradeify TV. Thanks to all 17,000 of you that subscribed. Soon to be 18,000. Soon to be 20,000. Soon to be 100,000. We can't wait for it. But thanks for tuning in to another edition of the show. Nick, it's on you.
Oh, yes, baby. Just to be sure here for everybody, I want to go over the levels really quick of what we can trade for the afternoon. Just very, very quick. So if we break this this Asia low again here down to the 50s, basically we have room to go down again to previous week high, which I expect to hold. So I do think that the 300s are the low of the day. However, let's see what happens. But as usual, right, we want to react to price, not predict it. But previous week high and then 300s as low of the day. To the upside, I don't think we're doing an all-time high today. But again, same thing. React, don't predict. That's it for my levels. I'm already going to give you my goodbye, and then I'll kick it over to our good old Mariam. Good young Mariam, sorry. Oh, my God. So thank you guys for watching. It was a fun show to do. Looking forward to more tomorrow with Amos. And yeah, let's end it with our one and only NQ slaying Curly Trader, Matcha Mommy.
Thanks, guys. Yep, we are about to wrap up here. Nothing really for me to say here on the charts other than just, we failed to make new all-time highs here on the NASDAQ. Just complete failure of that 400 level. So that's going to be a key level for us for the rest of the week. But we appreciate you guys for hopping in here today, obviously, as usual. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. Obviously, that's number one. Number two, make sure that you are enjoying your day and practicing gratitude, because there's more to trading than just making money. So we love you guys. We hope that you absolutely enjoyed the stream. We are getting this pushed down as we speak, but again, trade safe, be smart, and go be great. We will see you all tomorrow bright and early.
Go watch Tank.